Hey guys, it's me again, the Unique Goddess, and I'm back with another pick a card reading. Alright, so it's been a while, not too long thankfully, but I am back, and the topic that I've chosen to go with for today is, what do they regret about you? Okay, and by they I mean simply anyone from your past. Okay, doesn't have to be a romantic loved one. We will see if romance does come up. If it does come up, then it happens to come up, but I've prayed over these cards to ensure that it's not just a love reading because I am trying to get out of that mold of just doing love. Okay, my cards always just love to talk about love, and I'm trying to train them to get out of that habit. Okay, not that there's anything wrong with love readings, okay, but me personally, I'm just tired of kind of the same kind of readings coming out all the time. Okay, so hopefully we won't have that problem today. So once again, what do they regret about you? We do have 3 different piles to choose from, and they're all represented by crystals and oracle decks. Okay, so pile 1, you are represented by the green aventurine crystal, along with the oracle of the shapeshifters. So if you resonate with any of these 2 objects, then you will choose pile 1. Pile 2 is represented by this carnelian crystal. It's beautiful. Along with the foxfire oracle cards. So if you resonate with any of these 2 items, then you will choose pile 2. And pile 3 is represented by the, oh my god, I almost forgot the name of this. This is the rose quartz. I'm so sorry. Just my mind just went blank for a second there. But yeah, it's the rose quartz. It's a very, very light pink. Okay? Along with the Alice in the Wonderland. Alright, so if you resonate with any one of these 2 objects, whether it be the crystal or the oracle deck, then you will choose pile 3. And of course you can resonate with more than one, okay? And if you do, you can choose more than one pile, okay? Alright, so please choose your piles, and I will definitely be back to deliver your reading. Alright, so for those of you who have chosen pile 1 and the green aventurine crystal, along with the oracle of the shapeshifters, then this will be your reading. Alright, so I am going to start right off the bat with your chosen oracle deck, pile 1, okay? I'm just going to give it a shuffle. Okay, and one more. Okay. Alright, so Spirit, help me tap into pile 1's energy. Please let us know, what do they regret about pile 1? Anyone from pile 1's past, please show us, what do they regret about pile 1? What regrets do they have about their relationship with pile 1? And again, it doesn't have to be a romantic lover. What do they regret about pile 1? One second. Okay. All right. This one says the black cat. Lost magic, atonement, and rebalance. All right, so it says lost magic first of all. So this definitely is an indication that this is a magical person. This is someone who practices magic, or someone who practice the occult, okay? And it says atonement and rebalance. It's in the reverse. I'm just getting a sense that this is someone who, they, like I said, they have knowledge of the occult, and they practiced, you know, occult practices such as magic. This person may even have a black cat, as it says on the card, okay? I do feel that this person's very dark, personality-wise. And I do have a sense that this person is feeling quite bitter, okay? There's something that they need to atone for, and they definitely need to rebalance, okay? I'm going to keep it in the reverse because that's how it came out. Bottom of the deck is the unending sadness of looking back, okay? Endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. So yeah, this person is definitely quite bitter, okay? And I do think that this person is working some magic on you, okay? I do think so, okay? Please give us more indication as to what do they regret about pile 1, Spirit. What does this person regret about pile 1? Wow, this one wanted to come out, okay? And it definitely came out again. Look, unending sadness of looking back. Okay, so this person is, this person is sad about looking back, okay? It says obsessive grief, okay? Replaying the past and negative nostalgia. So this person is stuck in their grief and their bitterness. They keep having like PTSD of the past with you. So I don't know what you did to this person, but it seems like they can't let it go. They can't get over it, okay? All right. I was just gonna say how she's holding like a beetle, and then this one is also holding a giant insect. Okay, so that's interesting. Maybe this person has a thing for insects. Okay, it says sacred beetle armor. You have a mighty shield. Okay, so perhaps you have a shield up. Perhaps this one is referring to you. Maybe you have a shield up against this person. Because as I did mention, I feel like they may be using some form of magic against you because they're just stuck in their bitterness and they can't get over it. So maybe you have a shield of protection, and that's something that they're noticing. Maybe they do as well, but I'm just kind of thinking that this is about you. I think that you have a shield of protection over you, that it's like their magic is blocked. And also they're blocked. Perhaps they're trying to contact you and maybe they can't get through. And this one says, you are unlike anyone else. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. Sorry. All right. So yeah, this is why this person can't forget about you. This is why they can't move on from you, is because you are unlike anyone else. Okay? You have contradictions. So you have opposing energies inside of one person, and they find that to be very interesting, very unique, okay? And yeah, they just can't seem to get over you. Something tells me that you've blossomed and you've evolved, whereas this person perhaps stayed the same. Bottom of the deck, we have Dragonling Garden. A new world is born. Okay, so speaking of evolving and changing, a new world is born. I think perhaps you changed, okay? And this person couldn't handle it. This one also says Wolf Moon. I will watch over you, okay? So definitely you do have something or someone watching over you, protecting you. Also, this is an indication that this person watches you all the time as well. I feel like they use divination to try to, spy on you, I guess, to see what you're doing, okay? But they don't get a lot of information because you are protected, you are shielded, okay? Let's get some clarification. One moment. Just going to use this deck here. Okay. Alright, so when it comes to what do they regret about pile 1, please clarify what this black cat card represents. It says lost magic, atonement, and what does it say? Rebalance. Alright, so please clarify what this card represents in this reading for pile 1 when it comes to what do they regret about you. What does this black cat card represent? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles, you know, it's a court card. So it does represent a young man, okay? It represents a young man who was, you know, kind of dragging his feet. He was maybe moving slow, okay? And yeah, I just think that this person regrets that they were moving too slow when it came to, you know, offering you commitment, offering you the end goal, you know. I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm kind of guessing that this might be romantic. But yeah, I'm thinking that this person regrets moving too slow. They regret like the slow movement. They were very, very cautious. Okay? Cautious perhaps because they've been hurt in the past. Doesn't have to be by you, but you know, this person was very cautious and was very guarded, and that's why they were moving so slow. But now they want to pick up the speed. Now they want to pick up the pace. Okay, because we see we have the bird here. It looks like an owl. That's, you know, seems to want to help this person bring the pentacle faster. Okay. Birds could also represent messages. So I feel like this person does want to contact you. They may want to offer you something, some kind of tangible gift. Okay? But yeah, they regret like the slow movement. Okay? Six of Cups in the reverse. Yes, this is a person from your past and they haven't been able to move on. Okay, again, with it coming out in the reverse, this could represent negative nostalgia, as one of these cards suggests. And again, Ace of Pentacles. So yes, they do want to give you something. Okay, they do want to offer you something. And I feel that they regret not offering it sooner. Okay. Let's move on. Oops. Please clarify this unending sadness. Look, King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. King of Pentacles in the reverse. This person regrets not making a commitment. They regret not making a commitment. They were not grounded. They were not stable in the connection with you. Okay? So they regret not making a commitment. They regret not solidifying things. Yeah, Page of Swords. They were immature and they were pretty much a troublemaker. Okay, when they were with you, a troublemaker, like a brat. And they're super curious. Okay, Page of Swords is always a curious person. They want to know about you. Okay, could be a chatty person as well, maybe a gossip. So this person may have, you know, talked about you, stirred up rumors, gossip, you know. But yeah, they regret that they were immature. They weren't grounded. They didn't make a commitment. They caused trouble. Okay? They may have spied on you. May have caused their friends or someone to spy on you and gossiped. I'm just getting, you know, may have gossiped behind your back as well, perhaps to their friends. But yeah, they're currently looking you up right now. Nine of Cups in the reverse. This person's not happy, okay? They're not happy. They feel like things in their life is not going according to how they want it to go. And then Eight of Swords. This person may be stuck. They I have a feeling that this person wants to come towards you, but it's like they're stuck. They're afraid. Okay? Eight of Swords represents fears. Okay? They're afraid of coming towards you. They're afraid of rejection. Okay? They're afraid that you would reject them. Okay? Please clarify this Sacred Beetle Armor card. What does this Sacred Beetle Armor card represent? I'm going to take this one. This is the 10 of Cups. Okay? So when it comes to what do they regret about you, they regret not taking it to this level. I mean, you guys had that. You guys had the emotional fulfillment. You guys had the potential of taking it towards marriage and children and happily ever after, okay? But they regret not taking it there. I'm not going to take the other ones. Let's see if we can get more clarification for the Sacred Beetle Armor. Yeah, this person, the reason why they never took it there is because they were scared. This person was afraid of commitment. You know, even though you guys had everything. Like I said, the potential, everything was there. But they were just still scared to take that final step, okay? Eight of Cups in the reverse. This person regrets walking away from you. Or they regret you walking away from them. Okay? But either way, somebody walked away. Even though there was great love there, they walked away for whatever reason, and that's what this person regrets. They walked away from something good. They walked away from someone that they loved. Okay? 10 of Cups is complete love. Okay? Emotional fulfillment. Could represent a marriage, a happy marriage, etc. But yeah, they walked away even though there was great love there. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. They didn't give enough. There was not enough equal give and take in the connection. They didn't give enough. Okay? And then this is King of Cups in the reverse. They didn't give enough of their love. Okay? They kept a great deal of their love inside. They didn't express to you exactly how they felt. Okay? Please clarify this. You are unlike anyone else card. When it comes to what do they regret about you, what does this you are unlike anyone else card represent? Please clarify this. You are unlike anyone else. So we've got Empress in the reverse. Okay? The Empress in the reverse is someone, you know, usually a feminine, of course. But they're usually like not creative. Okay? Not fertile. They don't bring forth fruit. Okay? This is a codependent person. They depend on other people. Okay? So, there's an Empress in the reverse. This person could have chosen an Empress in the reverse over you, for instance. Because it says you are unlike anyone else, which suggests a comparison. Okay? So they may have compared you to this Empress in the reverse. You know, they may have thought that she was better. You know, they may have thought that this Empress in the reverse was better. Okay, but she's coming out in the reverse, which means she's not all that. You know, she doesn't create. She's very codependent. She lacks ideas. She lacks not only creativity, but she just lacks that spark, you know. We've got Nine of Swords, which represents a great deal of, you know, mental stress, PTSD, anxiety, overthinking, sleepless nights, nightmares, you know. So this person is in a lot of great deal of mental agony. Okay, they can't sleep at night. They're being tortured by the memories that keep coming back to haunt them. Okay, because I feel like they made the wrong choice. They chose an Empress in the reverse. They thought that this Empress in the reverse was better than you, and then they come to find out later on that she's not. And so they have to live with that decision. Okay, it haunts them every night. Ten of Wands in the reverse, okay? This person is in a lot of great deal of burden, a great deal of stress, okay? Like I said, this Empress in the reverse, she's extremely codependent. So I feel like this person is feeling the brunt of having to support her, okay? And it's not easy, okay? They're also feeling tortured, okay? They're in a great deal of stress, a great deal of agony, and they just want to get out of that situation, okay? And then Three of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, they want to leave. They want to leave that situation that they're stuck in. Okay, because it doesn't look good for them. If they continue, the future doesn't look good for them. You know? And they feel like they've been tricked. They feel like they've been catfished. They went towards something that they thought was better. Okay, they were all excited. They're like, yeah. And then when the ship came in, they're like, what? What is this rinky-dinky thing? This is not what I was expecting. You know, and now they want to turn back. There's like a great deal of disappointment. Okay, they feel like they got bamboozled, catfished, etc. Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this person, again, they're in mourning. They're in a great deal of regret, remorse. They can't seem to get over you. Okay? This person cries for you every night. Okay? Hopefully by now you have a gist of who this person is. But we are going to find out more out as the reading progresses, okay? Let's get to your other oracle deck. Okay. All right, so Spirit, sorry. Okay. With these cards, please let us know, what else do they regret about Pile 1? All right, here we go. We've got the journal. Okay. So with the journal, I'm just getting a sense that, of course, this person wants to contact you. I feel like they have a great deal of things to say to you. Okay? They want to contact you because I feel like you've impacted their life. Okay? This person also, they want to see you. They have like obsessive energy where they want to keep track of everything that you're doing. Okay? So it's like they're studying you. Okay? The cross. Okay, so the cross again represents a great deal of burden that this person has to bear. They have to bear their burdens. They have to accept their lot. They have to accept what they did. Okay? I think what they did is they played with a divine feminine. They put a situation to rest or to death that they shouldn't have. And there's a great deal of remorse. Think about, you know, the death of Christ, okay? How cruel it was, you know. And then at the end of it all, when they realized that that was the Christ that they murdered so brutally, think about the regret that they felt afterwards, okay? So again, when it comes to like this card especially, this person doubted who you were, okay? They now see that you are a divine feminine, but at the time that they were in a relationship with you, playing with your feelings, etc., they doubted you. They doubted your identity. They just doubted that you were who you said you were, or who you portrayed to be. They doubted it. Okay? And I do feel that they confided in a third party about you. They did. They confided in a third party about you, told all your secrets, and they got together with this third party and they betrayed you. Think about Judas Iscariot, how he went behind Christ's back and betrayed him. This is what this person did to you. And they're in regret and remorse over it every single day. It's a cross that they have to bear. Okay? It's a burden that they have to bear. And we've got the clock tower. Okay? So yes, this person is watching you. Watching you. Okay? Also, this person is, they're relying on divine timing. Okay? They're counting the days and the time. Almost like they're in prison. You know, like when you're in prison, you count down the days. Some people, like, they write Roman numerals on the wall. Not Roman numerals. I don't know what you call it. When you put the 4 and then you put the slash through it. Anyways, they count down the days. Okay? So I feel like this is what this person is doing. They're keeping track of time. And they're watching you. And with this card, I'm getting a sense that they're also watching things from, they're looking at things from a different perspective now. They are. They're looking at things from a more higher enlightened perspective. Because now that they're on the other side, they see things differently now. Okay? So yeah. This person's watching you as well. You know, I think I said that. Bottom of the deck is the ring. Okay, so yes, that's another thing that they regret. They regret not giving you a ring, not giving you a firm commitment. Okay? I believe perhaps instead they gave that ring to someone else. Okay? It looks like this person has a rose in their hand, but it's like they're not giving it. They just have it down on their side. So this person had every intention. They just never followed through with it for whatever reason. Okay? All right. So, Spirit, when it comes to what do they regret about pile 1, please clarify what this journal card means in this reading. What does this journal card represent in this reading for our pile 1 viewers? What does this journal card represent for our pile 1 viewers? What does this journal card represent for our pile 1 viewers, Spirit? Okay, we've got 7 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this person, with the 7 of Cups coming out in the reverse, I'm getting a sense that they may be single now. Okay, when they were with you, they may have played the fool. They may have kept all these romantic options open, and they may have acted indecisive, okay, because they had all these different options, and they didn't want to settle for just one. They want to keep their options open, but now those options are closed, okay, for whatever reason. They may have dropped them, okay, because they realize that those other people didn't compare to you, as this card says, right? So they don't have any other options available to them right now, okay? They're not being indecisive. They see things clearly now. Yep, with this, that's what I said with this one here. They see things clearly now. They're looking at things from a different perspective, okay? And this person's looking back. They're solely looking back at you. This person feels like they lost the one, okay? They feel like they lost the one. They're like, that's the person I was supposed to be with. But I played the fool. I dilly-dallied, you know. And now look at me. I'm here alone. Okay? Yeah, judgment. They are looking at things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. This person may even have a journal, you know, to kind of give them some form of mental and emotional healing, you know, because oftentimes when you write things down, you write down your thoughts, your feelings, instead of just having them there, you know, swimming around in your mind and in your heart. It kind of helps you to, it helps to process your thoughts and your emotions a lot better, and it helps you to heal, okay? So this person definitely does see things from a different perspective now. And with the Judgment card, I'm getting a sense that they want a second chance. Okay? Because oftentimes that's what the Judgment card represents. It represents people being given a second chance. People being raised from the dead by the angel's trumpet and being given a second chance, which they are grateful for. Okay, but I do get a sense that this person wants a second chance. They see things clearly now. They've been given a wake-up call, and now, you know, they want to try things over again. 10 of Wands in the reverse. Again, they want to release the burden. Okay, there's a great deal of guilt that this person is carrying around, and they want to release that. Okay, they've been punished. They've been punished for sure. This person feels like they've went to hell and back. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 8 of Wands. Okay, so they want to come towards you very quickly. And I just feel like this person wants to tell you something, or they want to give you something, or both. And then Queen of Wands. Okay, so I feel like they see you as this Queen of Wands. someone who's very attractive, someone who gets things done. You can help them accomplish their goals, okay? You know what you want. You know, this person sees you as like the key, okay? Please clarify this cross card when it comes to what do they regret about pile 1. Look, King of Wands in the reverse. We just saw you come up as the Queen of Wands in the upright. They're coming out as the King of Wands in the reverse. So they know that they did you wrong. Okay? The King of Wands in the reverse is a very indecisive man. Very indecisive. He doesn't know what he wants. Okay? And he acts without thinking. He acts with great haste. Spontaneous energy. Okay? So this person may have been very much a player. Okay? The King of Wands is oftentimes also very much a people person. Okay? So they may have spent time with other people instead of spending time with you. The King of Wands could also represent somebody who is promiscuous, sexually promiscuous. So they may have been sexually promiscuous around you, okay? They missed the fact that you were not codependent. They didn't have to take care of you. But now they're in a position where they have to take care of this other woman. Okay, you see him carrying her, and they can barely, like as we can see here with the Ten of Wands, they can't do it. It's hard on them. It's a burden. Okay, to be able to take care of this other grown-ass person, they don't have it in them. Okay, so they miss that. Look, Six of Cups in the reverse again is at the bottom of the deck. So they didn't give enough. Okay, this person misses you. They regret that they were so immature when they were with you. Okay. Yeah, Page of Wands. Okay. This person does want to communicate with you. They feel, you know, like they would be very, very excited and happy for the chance to get to speak to you again and see you again. And the Sun, wow. So, I'm getting, you know, I don't know if you guys had a child together. Maybe you did have a child together. Okay, that this person may have walked out on. If you do have a child together, then of course that's another reason why this person is in great deep regret and remorse, because they abandoned their child. Okay? But if you guys don't have a child together, I'm seeing here that it's like this person wants to. They want to have a child with you. Okay? They want to come back and they want to make things right with you. They want to bring you flowers and they hope that you accept it gracefully. You know? They just want to bring joy into your life because you brought joy into their life, and they remember those. They miss those memories. Bottom of the deck is Page of Swords. Okay, so again, they're curious, you know, but at the same time, they're also regretting that they caused a lot of trouble, a lot of arguments, a lot of fights. They just had the wrong attitude. They sabotaged the connection. And then Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so now it's like they want to put in the work. They want to work towards the connection. They want to work towards making it better. They want to work towards gaining your respect again. Okay. Oops. Please clarify this Clock Tower card. Yep. This is Knight of Wands. Okay. This person wants to come towards you and they want to make a change. They want to let you know that they've changed as well. I do think that this person has seen the light. There's like a sense of some form of heroic energy behind this person. Like they want to just come in and save the day. Not that you need saving or anything like that, but it's like they want to be your knight in shining armor. You know, they want to fulfill that role that they should have fulfilled with you in the past. They're like, I'm here now. You know, they see the light now, this person. Three of Pentacles. They want to come in, they want to work, they want to cooperate with you. They're like, I'll do whatever you want, kind of thing. You know, I'm not going to go against the grain this time. I'm not going to second guess you, doubt you. I just want to work with you. I just want to cooperate with you. Right? We've got 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups in the reverse, and the Chariot. So yeah, they want to move forward with you. They want to follow their heart with you. Okay, they don't want you to have your barriers up anymore. They don't want to fight with you anymore. And they want to heal the connection. They want you back. Okay? That's for sure. Yep. King of Pentacles in the reverse. And 5 of Pentacles. This person could be struggling financially. But either way, they're alone. Okay, they're lonely, they're abandoned, and they may be, you know, lacking finances. Okay, so maybe this Empress in the reverse whom they left you for, maybe she drained him dry of all of his finances, all of his resources, and now he's stuck with nothing, out in the cold. Okay, this person may literally be homeless. Okay, maybe perhaps they're like sleeping in their car, because we did see the Chariot card there, or perhaps they are, you know, couch hopping at different friends' houses, but they're out in the cold, they're lonely, they're abandoned. Okay, all right. So, Spirit, please give us more information. What do they regret about Pile 1? Please let us know with these cards. What does this person regret about our Pile 1 viewers? What do they regret about a Pile 1 viewer? Please show us, what does this person regret about our Pile 1 viewers? What do they regret about Pile 1? Okay, so this one says beauty queen, shining on stage, adored. Okay, this person regrets that they didn't appreciate your beauty in the past. They did not appreciate your beauty. Like I said, there was someone that this person kept on comparing you to. Okay, they compared you with someone else. It wasn't until after they left you, or vice versa, after you left them. Could be you leaving them, could be they leaving you, but it wasn't after the relationship was over that they realized that you're actually the beauty queen. But they thought someone else was. They thought someone else was. They thought this Empress in the reverse was. Okay? She could be like a content creator, or she professed to be a content creator, but this person came to find out that she was not original. She's a copycat, because that's usually what the Empress in the reverse represents, someone who's not creative. So maybe she does make content, but she might copy from others. Okay, but yeah, like she totally had your person enamored. Okay, she put some kind of glamour spell or something like that, because you see these sparkles around her. Yeah, she used some form of glamour magic or something to convince this person that she was better. Your person found out too late that that she wasn't. Okay, and then it says passion, chemistry, passionate feeling. So yeah, this person regrets not giving you enough passion. Perhaps they didn't make enough love with you in the connection. Okay, because they spent so much time, you know, causing you drama. You know, we did see the Page of Swords come up, you know, numerous times. So I feel like this person definitely did cause a lot of drama for you in the connection. They sabotaged the connection. So when you're causing drama most of the time, you don't have a lot of time to be passionate, you know, and work on the chemistry. And that's what they regret. They regret that there was not enough passion in the connection. There was not enough love making. There was not enough chemistry. There was not enough caressing, embracing, all that stuff, you know. PDF or PDA, sorry, PDA, public displays of affection. There was not enough of that. They regret that, okay? Obstacles. They created obstacles in the way. Okay? Obstacles. That's what they regret. They created obstacles. They created them. They put those obstacles there in the connection. Okay? Mature man in the reverse. Yes. They regret being so immature. Okay? You were the mature one in the connection. They regret that they were so immature. They don't know what they were so afraid of. Okay, they created all these obstacles. Remember, we did see the Eight of Swords. Okay, which means it's them that created the obstacles, the fear. Okay, they did that because they were immature. Okay, they were immature. I feel like they gossip. They just, this person, they were convinced by their friends. Let's just put it that way, by their friends and by this Empress in the reverse. Perhaps it was their friends who introduced them to this Empress in the reverse and was like, hey, cheat on her. You're having problems with your girl? Okay, cheat on her. Or something like that. You know, some people are toxic like that because they think that, like, you know, cheating on someone would, you know, get their attention and whatever else. I don't know. But yeah. They just received a lot of toxic advice from other people, I believe. Okay, I'm just sensing that. Okay, so please clarify this Beauty Queen card in the reverse when it comes to what do they regret about pile 1. What does this Beauty Queen card in the reverse? Yeah, fear. Fear. They were afraid. You know, and so they created obstacles for themselves in their own mind against you. Okay, their own fears. They were afraid of being with you. They didn't see your true beauty. You see her with the blindfold on. Okay, they didn't see your true beauty, and that is what prevented them from making a move, from being affectionate with you. Okay, they were afraid. Now look. This is what they want to do now. They want to come towards you. They want to make an offer. But again, the Knight of Pentacles suggested they were dragging their feet out of fear. Okay? And then this is Page of Cups. They regret that they didn't tell you exactly how they feel. They didn't confess their love to you. They didn't show you a lot of love. They didn't tell you how beautiful you were. Okay? They didn't tell you all that stuff. They held a lot of things back from you in the connection. Okay, please clarify this Passion card in the reverse. What does this Passion card in the reverse represent in this reading when it comes to what do they regret about pile 1? What does this Passion card in the reverse represent? Oh, okay. So again, this person was indecisive with the Two of Swords, okay? They were blocking their heart. And again, we have the blindfold again. So they didn't see things clearly, okay? It's so funny, both of these cards, the blindfold, and I'm noticing the moon behind. Okay, so this person was not following their intuition at all, okay? They were not following their intuition. They were just indecisive, okay? They had a choice to make between you and someone else. And they were indecisive, okay? And they did not follow their intuition, even though they needed to. Okay, we've got the Lovers, okay? Again, we have the Lovers here, but then there's a woman here in the background spying. So there was another person in the background this person was indecisive about. Okay, they regret not choosing you. And they also regret not making love to you. Maybe not enough. Okay? Four of Swords, rest, recuperation, healing. They want to heal the connection now. Okay? But they didn't heal it before. They didn't take the time out to heal. I feel like this person was always playing tit for tat, tit for tat. Oh, you hurt me? You hurt my feelings? All right, I'm going to get you back. This is how this person operated in the past. They didn't take the time out to try to heal. They didn't apologize. They never apologized when they were wrong. You know, they didn't try to make amends, things like that. They didn't do any of that. Okay? Not until it was too late. And now you see these hands coming up. It's like they're being haunted every night. Being haunted every night. They can't sleep. Okay? Yep, Five of Wands. This person always fought with you. I feel like they and their friends, because we see there's 5 people here at least. There's actually 6 people here, coincidentally, but only 5 wands. Okay, so yeah, I just feel like this person got together with their friends and they conspired a plan to get at you. And they executed that plan. Which is, the plan was, I believe, the plan was to cheat on you with somebody else, to try to make you jealous. You know, I feel like they wanted to make you jealous so that you would come around and you would, you know, humble yourself to them, be submissive to them. They wanted you to get on your knees and apologize and beg to them. That's what they wanted. One moment, please. Sorry, I just had to respond to a text. But, yeah. That's what they wanted. So yeah, this person just wanted, they were just in constant competition with you, always argued with you a lot, always fought with you a lot, and they had the backing of other people when they did this. Okay? And now they're not happy. 9 of Cups in the reverse, they're not happy. They're not happy with their decision because they lost you. They thought that by doing that, they thought that by getting you jealous and cheating on you and doing whatever, they thought that they would get you down on your knees, crying, begging to them, please, please, I don't want to lose you, please. You know, they thought that they would get that response out of you. That's what they wanted. That would make that would have made them feel so good, but it didn't happen. It didn't turn out like that. Okay? Now they're completely unhappy, and now they want you back, 10 of Cups. Because now they see what they could have had with you. This is exactly what they could have had, the 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment, happily ever after, a marriage with children, and everybody's just happy, dancing, you know? They knew that that's what they could have had with you. Okay? They see things clearly now with the moon in the reverse. Yep, they see things clearly now. They see that that's what they could have had. And this person is begging and praying that you come back to them. Because I do feel that you walked away. I do feel that you walked away from this person. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This person is facing karma. They're facing karma for what they did to you because you are a divine feminine. And of course, they want to turn back the hands of time. Okay, they want you back. Okay, life is not the same without you. Believe me. Okay, you offered this person a great deal of stability and a great deal of love. And they just played with that. Look, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Huge loss. This person suffered a huge loss, and they're not doing well financially either. Because like I said, I feel like you supported this person. I feel like maybe you guys lived together, and not only did you help them out financially when you guys lived together, but you also did a great deal of, like, you know, the cooking, the cleaning. Like, you just made this person's life a lot easier. And now they don't have that anymore. They don't have the same support that they used to have. Okay, another thing I'm getting with this card is, you know, if you guys had a child together, which it kind of hinted to that in the past, they feel like they really messed up. They're really, really, really guilty about that, about walking out on their child. Okay? Look, 3 of Pentacles. They want to come back and they want to work things out. They want to work with you. They want to come back. They want to try to work things out. Okay? Let's get into our final oracle deck. To see what else do they regret about you. And one more. Okay. All right, so Spirit, with these cards, please show us, what do they regret about our pile 1? All right, so oh, this one says dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic, love on the brain. I didn't even notice that one came out, but yeah, this person's thinking about you all the time. Dreaming, fantasizing about you, daydreaming, nostalgia. They think about you all the time. Okay? Please let us know, what else do they regret about pile 1? Scarcity tactics and unbothered. So this person may be using scarcity tactics to try to get you back, but you've been unbothered, meaning that I don't know, like trying to like scare you into like thinking that yeah. Yeah. The scarcity tactics is this person basically threatening to leave you, threatening to cheat on you and do things like that, and you were unbothered. Okay? Please give us some more information as to what do they regret about pile 1. What else do they regret about pile 1? What else does this person regret about pile 1? I think that may be it. Drama starter. They regret that they started so much drama between you guys, and you guys could have had a perfectly good relationship. Also, I'm getting a sense that they involved a lot of other people in the connection. Okay, because we see the curtain here, and we see like the curtain is like, it's not drawn. So It's like they revealed a lot of things about your connection to their friends. Okay? They did. Because, you know, drama, this is like a stage, right? So it's like they revealed a lot about you and about the connection to other people when they shouldn't have. And it started drama. It definitely did. They got a lot of people involved in your connection. Look, talking shit. They were talking shit about you, okay, to their friends. And that's what caused their friends to come up with this plan and be like, yo, just cheat on her. You know? Who is she? Who does she think she is? To treat you like that or whatever. Now they're obsessive. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, karmic. Yep, this is how they were. When they were with you, they were toxic, they were unhealthy, they were possessive, and they were karmic. They played a lot of games. It started a lot of drama. Okay? But now they're obsessed. They were running out of fear, running from commitment, running from just being mature and doing the right things, running from fulfilling their obligations and their responsibilities in a committed monogamous relationship. They were running from that. And it says legal issues, court, judges, immigration, lawyers. Okay, so this person may have landed themselves in some legal issues. Or maybe you have a restraining order against this person because it does say that they were dangerous. Okay, but either way, this person has some legal issues against them right now. Creeping, okay? So this person's watching you now, curious about you. They want to know about you. Okay? And travel in the reverse. They're not able to travel towards you, okay? So this person may be on house arrest. I'm also getting, for some people, this person may have been deported. Okay, so maybe they are like a far away right now, that they can't travel towards you or something like that, okay? So we're going to get clarification for a few of these cards here. All right. I just want to clarify the legal issues card, to be honest with you. I feel all the rest of them were pretty self-explanatory, and we're going to clarify the scarcity tactic afterwards, but I'm just really curious about this legal issues card, so please give us some clarification as to this legal issues card. Okay, we've got strength. Okay, so this person may have used physical strength on you. This person may have been a brute. You know, they may have been like overly controlling, like trying to control you. Okay, but with the strength coming out in the upright, I see that this person is, like I said, they're more mature now. They have a lot more self-control now. And it's like they're the bigger person now. Okay, or at least they want to be. Okay, bottom of the deck is justice. Look at that. Yep, whatever situation they got themselves into legally, it actually helped them to become a better person. It actually helped them to mature, to gain more strength, not physical strength. Because I feel like before, this person used to exert their physical strength over you. They felt like that was what strength was. Like I feel like this person tried to bully you. So they became physical. And they realized after they got themselves into this legal situation, I feel like they got thrown in jail, and they realized, listen, you know what? That's not real strength. You don't do that to a woman. That's not real strength. Okay? And then, yeah, Seven of Swords. Definitely, you know, they did something wrong. Okay? Please give us more clarification for this legal issues card. Yeah, this person was like completely, they had the wrong idea as to, you know, what a relationship was, how to keep a woman. They wanted you to be so submissive to them. This was like a macho man who wanted you to be so submissive, and they went about it the wrong way. Look, Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, I'm getting a sense that this person got very violent and belligerent. They said a lot of things, toxic things. They were just moving in the wrong direction. They were just rebellious for no reason. Look, we hear the sirens in the background. This person was just rebellious for no reason. Okay? They just went against you. Like, treated you like you were the enemy. Okay? Ace of Swords. Person lied a lot, created a lot of confusion, okay? And I feel like you had to cut this person off. And now they want to come back. Look, she's rubbing her hand as if she had handcuffs on. This one still has handcuffs on. Okay? So yeah, this person faced some form of legal justice. Okay? I feel like the person went to jail, perhaps because they put their hand on you. Okay? They tried to get you to be submissive, and they thought that that was the way to do it, to be physical, to be a tyrant, you know, to just be completely aggressive. This person just had the wrong idea about you and about what being a man is. Like, they had the wrong idea. Okay, please clarify this scarcity tactic card. Please clarify this scarcity tactic card. Oops. Again, look, we've got the Eight of Swords, okay? So this person was, you know, they were just afraid. Their fear kept them from moving forward, kept them stuck, okay? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse again. Okay, again, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Very, very toxic person. Okay, but the Moon coming out in the reverse, it's like they see things clearly now. But back then, again, we see the blindfold on over their eyes. They were just afraid to make a commitment, okay? They were afraid to go all in. You know, they were being very, very toxic, very, very karmic. They just sabotaged the whole connection just because they were just very immature. But with the Moon coming out in the reverse, I feel like they see things clearly now. I feel like you left this person. Definitely you left this person. I feel like you actually, yes. With the scarcity tactic coming out in the reverse and the unbothered card coming out in the reverse as well, I feel like you gave them an ultimatum, which they saw as a scarcity tactic. You told this person something like, you know, if you don't change your ways, I'm going to leave you. If you don't change your toxic ways, I'm going to leave you, okay? Because there's no sense in me staying in this connection. We're not making any progress. We're just moving backwards, or we're just staying in the same place. What's the sense in me being with you if we're not making any progress here? And you're being completely toxic. I feel like maybe this person spent off a lot of money as well. And you gave them an ultimatum, and you're like, if you don't leave, if you don't change, I'm going to leave. And this person's like, please, who you think you're trying to scare? You're not going to leave me. You know, they were acting unbothered. And you ended up leaving them. You did. You ended up leaving them. You ended up following your intuition. You ended up leaving them. And that's what caused this person's eyes to open up. It's kind of like calling someone's bluff. Okay, this person called your bluff and you weren't bluffing. And then when they saw that you were serious, it's like, oh my God, she actually did it. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, she left. She followed her intuition and she left. Yep, that's what that is. You gave them an ultimatum. And look, they're in stress over it now. They can't sleep, okay? Because they know that they drove you to that decision. They drove you to walk away. They sabotaged. They played games. And look, they're at rock bottom. They've hit rock bottom now, and they need to heal. They have hit rock bottom because they stabbed you in the back one too many times, and you were done with it. You're like, okay, that's it. I'm done. This person did it so many times. Betrayed you, talked behind your back, stabbed you in the back, all these different things. They did it so many times that they thought that you would just stand by and take it. They didn't think that one day it would be the final straw and then you would just leave and you would just heal and walk away. But you did. And now they're stuck. They're in this position now. They can't get over it. Yep. All right. So before I conclude this reading, Pal One, because we have finished all of the oracle cards that I have set out for you. Before we finish, I'm going to use this deck once again to find out who this person is. All right. I feel like you have an idea I mean, you should by now, but let's just do it just for clarification purposes. All right, so Spirit, who is this person that we're talking about in this reading? Who is this person that has these regrets? Look, yes, union in the reverse, serious relationship, marriage, partnership. So this is someone that you were in a serious relationship with. I feel like it's something that could have led to marriage. But again, we saw how this person was fearful. They were immature. They were dragging their feet. You know, they just never took it there. But you guys had the potential of taking it there. You guys were probably this close to being engaged. Or maybe you were engaged and this close to being married, but it's like you were almost there and this person just sabotaged it. And you were just like, you know what? That's it. That's it. I'm done. And you just walked away. And this person regrets it now. They regret not putting a ring on it and not solidifying things. They're like, you know, if I'd only married her, we would have been married by now, you know? Because this person knows that it's harder to get a divorce than it is to just break up, right? They're like, you know what, if we were married right now, we would still be married, and it would have been harder for her to leave me and I would still have her, you know? So yeah, that's who that person is. It's someone you might have been engaged with this person, or you were close to being engaged. Like this person wanted to pop the question. They did. Okay? Twin flame in the reverse. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So yeah, it's like you guys had a twin flame connection. Like you guys had the potential of being that twin flame, but they sabotaged it. Look, they turned out to be a karmic instead. Okay, someone that was there to teach them a lesson or teach you a lesson. But yeah, they like basically they turned this twin flame connection upside down, and it became a karmic connection. It became something that they had to learn a lesson from, you know, that caused them to have to change their ways. And true gem, valuable quality jewelry. Again, they regret not giving you the ring because they see how valuable you are right now. You know, this card reminds me of this card, which is that you are unlike anyone else. Okay, they see that now. You are a true gem. You are quality. There's no one else like you. You're valuable, and they regret not getting you that jewelry, okay, that they wanted to get you, aka the wedding ring. Past life, okay? Yeah, they feel like they had a past life with you, etc., etc., etc. But this person ruined the whole thing, all right? And they're in regret, remorse over it, all right? Yep, so that's the reading for you, pal 1. That's what they regret about you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't hesitate to give the video a like. You can also comment to let me know if you liked it, what you liked about it, etc. I would love to see you back here to join me for more of my upcoming readings, pal 1. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And when you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell notification and select all so that you will be notified each and every time I post a new reading. Okay? So I hope to see you back here again to join me for my other readings, pal 1. In the meantime, have yourselves a very blessed and beautiful day. And of course, as I always say, Namaste. Alright, so for those of you who have chosen pile 2 and the carnelian crystal, along with the Foxfire Oracle deck, then this will be your reading. Alright, perfect. I'm just going to put your crystal here for you, and we're going to start off with your deck, your chosen Oracle deck, right off the bat, okay? Pile 2. So I'm just going to give them separation first. And one more time. Okay. Alright, so Spirit. Oh, and I forgot to mention for pile 2, similar to what we did in pile 1, we're going to be finding out who's having these regrets. We're going to do it at the end of the reading, okay? All right, so what do they regret about pile 2? Spirit, please show us with these cards. What do they regret about pile 2? What regrets do they have about their dealings with pile 2? Please show us with these cards. Thank you. So we have this card, which is, oh, it's 2 actually. Okay. So we have this card, which is Shadow Dancer. Okay. So I'm thinking that with this person, there were good days and there were bad days. Okay. There was good and bad. And I'm getting a sense that this person loved both sides of you. They saw both sides of you, the good and the bad, and they loved both sides of you. I'm also getting that this person, they also played a lot of games, okay? And this person, like, I feel like they had secrets, okay? It's like this person had a double life, okay? I'm sensing. And, you know, they may have caused a lot of confusion for you. They may have kept you in the dark with certain things, you know. Yeah, this person definitely had like 2 sides to them. They had like definitely 2 sides to them as well, okay? Maybe you both did. But I feel like this person's double-sidedness was a little bit more detrimental and painful to you, okay? So I do feel like this person played games, and the games that they played, it hurt you, okay? It definitely did hurt you, okay? This person messed with your feelings, and they played games, they played tricks, and they confused you. Because like I said, it seems like they had a double life. And this one is Foxfire. Okay, so with the Foxfire card, you know, foxes are said to be quite sneaky. Okay, like a sneaky little fox. So I do think that this person was sneaky. And I just feel like this person, they made your anger erupt. Okay, like, they made your anger erupt because of their sneakiness, for sure. Like, I feel like maybe you got into arguments with this person a lot because of just how they moved. They're just very sneaky, okay? Like, they weren't very transparent in this connection with you, okay? They left a lot of mysteries. They left a lot of things, like, to the imagination, and like, it made you jump to conclusions a lot. It made you crazy. Sorry about that. I just had I just went blank for a moment there. But yeah, kind of made you crazy, kind of made you paranoid, made you jump to conclusions a lot. You guys got into a lot of arguments, but at the same time, there was a lot of passion there. You know, this person was very attracted to you, and possibly vice versa. Okay, so yeah, that's what I see from those 2 cards. Bottom of the deck is the golden moment. Okay, yeah, the golden moment. And the golden moment is a moment where I believe this person, they became illuminated, okay? They saw the light, so to speak, okay? And they started to become guided by that light, okay? Or their intuition or their heart. They were guided by some sort of light, and that was the golden moment. So this person had a golden moment in their life, and it was because of you. It says, call forth the waves, okay? So yeah, I just feel like this person learned a lot from you, okay? They learned a lot from their dealings with you. They've had to heal, okay? Because I feel like I have a sense of like very unserious energy. Like unserious. Okay, not mature. Playful. Okay, thinking that they're playing games. But again, also like this person, like when they joke, it's like they take it too far. Okay, like it's like they don't know when to stop. I'm just getting that, and that used to be quite annoying to you. I just feel like you guys had like different personalities. Okay, I feel like you are more serious, mature, reserved, whereas this person is unserious, immature, and playful, you know. So it's, you guys kind of clashed sometimes, okay? But let's get into your tarot deck so we can do some clarification, okay? Some clarification slash confirmation, okay? Okay, let me just... For some reason, I'm feeling one more for this. One more. Okay, perfect. Okay, Four of Swords in the reverse. Definitely this person has had to heal. Okay, definitely. All right, so please clarify this Shadow Dancer card for pile 2. When it comes to what does this person regret about them? What does this Shadow Dancer card represent in this reading? Please show us. Six of Pentacles, okay? So equal give and take, okay? Giving and receiving, okay? So there was a lot of giving and receiving in this connection, okay? Possibly, you know, maybe you gave to this person. I'm feel okay. Anyways, there's a lot of give and take in this connection. There's a lot of fair exchange, okay? And I feel like that's what this person misses about you, okay? You were very generous, okay? And you were a gracious receiver, okay? Not just a generous giver, but a gracious receiver as well. I feel like you gave to this person's, like not just to them, but to other people associated with them. So for instance, if they had kids, you were generous with their kids, maybe some of their friends, family, you know, not just to them. They saw you as a very generous, giving person, and they missed that, okay? Seven of Swords, okay? Sneakiness, lying, going behind your back, okay? So the Seven of Swords, yeah, this person was sneaky, and they were very passionate as well, okay? Very, very passionate and very much attracted to you, okay? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So if you guys were in a romantic connection with this person, they regret that, you know, with this card, I'm just getting a sense that they were not faithful, okay? I'm just getting a sense maybe they were not faithful in the connection with you, if it's a romantic connection, okay? And I'm also getting a sense of them being like kind of wasteful, you know, kind of wasteful, like and also careless as well with their energy and with their resources, okay? Again, Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, as well as Six of Swords. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So they probably did something behind your back, okay, that made you have to move forward from the connection, walk away from it, okay? Made you have to flee the connection because they did something sneaky behind your back. Something nefarious. I believe that's the word, right? They did something behind your back that made you have to leave the connection, or, you know. Let's see if we can get one more for this Shadow Dancer card. Give us some more clarification for this Shadow Dancer card that came out when it comes to what do they regret about you. We've got the Three of Wands, okay? We've got the Six of Swords, and we've got the Tower in the reverse. So with the Three of Wands, I'm just getting a sense that the, you know, someone's looking forward to something. Oh, okay. Basically, when it comes to what they regret about you, they were looking forward to like better times, okay, in the future. They were looking forward to better times in the future for sure. Maybe you guys were going through like a rough patch or something like that, and they were looking forward to a time where things would get better in the future and you guys would move on to something better. But again, what I see here is like the Tower, like there is like a sudden breakup. So it seems like maybe you guys were working things out. Seems like you guys were in the midst of working things out, and this person was looking forward to things getting better, to you guys moving on to a better position, like a better situation. But then we see here the Tower. Okay, they were trying to avert the Tower, but it ended up happening anyways. That's what I see there. Okay. Two of Wands, yeah. It's like you guys were at like a crossroads and things were looking up. Things looked good, okay? Things were like looking good in the future, and then look, we got the Devil, okay? Like things, like someone decided to leave a very toxic connection. Okay? Yep. This person was actually looking, like you guys, it seems like you guys were working things out. And then something happened where it's like, nah, I gotta leave this toxic connection because things are not gonna change. Maybe you made that decision. Maybe they made that decision, but somebody decided to leave because they thought it was toxic, and they thought it was something that was controlling. They thought that there were too many lies, too many tricks being played, too many games, and they're like, nah, I gotta get up out of here, you know? And it kind of just happened suddenly and unexpectedly, okay? All right, so please give us some clarification for this Foxfire card. When it comes to what do they regret about Pile 2, what does this Foxfire card represent in this reading? We've got the Fool in the reverse. Yep. So somebody regrets being foolish, being careless in this connection, okay? They were afraid to take certain risks, okay? And again, I'm just getting a sense that, like, you know, they were and possibly you were looking forward to a new start, but it just didn't work out that way because somebody was actually afraid to go through with it, to take that leap. Somebody was afraid to fall in love here, okay? Somebody was definitely afraid to fall in love. They were being guarded. They were being super careful. They were like, you know, just watching each and every step, you know. And, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing to do, but sometimes in love, you just got to go with the flow. You just got to, you know, let your emotions out and go with the flow. And this person wasn't doing that, okay? Three of Cups. They miss the friendship, okay? This person misses the friendship with you, okay? But also with the Three of Cups, I'm seeing that maybe a third party was involved, okay? Maybe this person got a third party involved in the connection. Now, a third party doesn't always have to be romantic, okay? It could just be some form of interference from somebody else. Like I said, like I'm not even sure if this is a romantic reading as yet. This could be a friendship. Okay, this could be a friendship between two people, and then one person came in. Oftentimes with that dynamic, you know, somebody doesn't want to feel like the third wheel, okay? Somebody doesn't want to feel like the third wheel, and they certainly do not want somebody else coming in and taking their place, especially when it was you two all along. Then this person comes along, and then you two become closer, and then this person feels like, hey, I'm left out of the loop here. What's going on? So it could have been a situation like that, but this person regrets that they involved a third party. They miss you guys' friendship. They miss your friendship for sure. The Lovers. Okay, so the lovers, I mean, you could take it at face value. It could literally mean the lovers. So this could be clarification that we are speaking of a romantic connection. But the lovers also represents a choice. Okay, so as I was just saying about this third party being involved, you know, oftentimes there would be a choice. Somebody would be forced to choose, because oftentimes when there was two and then all of a sudden there's a third person, that's like an odd number, you know, somebody often feels left out. They feel like the third wheel, and they're like, hey, you know what, I don't like this. All right, so it's either her or me, or him or me, or whatever. So this, the lovers could signify a choice, like a choice having to be made. Okay, so yeah, they regret losing you. They regret you know, being foolish, careless, reckless. There was a third party involved, and there was a choice being made, and this person, I feel like they regret not choosing you. Okay, but we're gonna get more into this reading and find out more, okay? But in the meantime, let's get into your other oracle decks for now. And one more. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Child, okay? So maybe this person felt like, you know, maybe they were very immature. Maybe that's something that they regret. Maybe they regret not having a literal child with you. You know, and I think that this person wants a new start, okay? But please show us with these cards, Spirit. What do they regret about Pile 2? Oh my, look at that, the Fox. Okay, speaking of a fox, you know, you chose the Foxfire deck. Okay, and we've got a fox here on this card, a fox on that card, and we've got the fox here as well. Okay, so there was a sense of sneakiness going on here in this connection. Sneakiness. We see this fox, and it's hiding from this bird here. This bird could be a predator. Okay, but it's hiding. So this person hid a lot of things from you. Okay, and like I said, their sneakiness and their hiding, it hurt you. It hurt you, and it caused an imbalance in the connection. And by imbalance, I mean an imbalance in your feelings. Like your feelings just started to go out of whack, and your feelings just started to change. Over time, your feelings started to change, and you started to see this person, like you started to look at this person differently. And possibly vice versa too. They possibly saw you differently as well. Okay. I do believe that, you know, you were faithful to this person, or you tried to be, but you were not so sure if they were returning the same favor. Like you weren't sure if this person was being faithful. I believe you tried to spy on this person many times, because again, like I said, I feel like this person drove you crazy. Okay, I feel like this person drove you crazy, and like you tried to figure out what's going on, and they were hiding. Okay, the stars. Okay, so I'm just getting a sense that you know, this person, like, I feel like you wanted to find out more information. Someone did. Someone wanted to find out more information because there was confusion. So I feel like you needed. And then we have the House. So possibly you guys could have lived together. Perhaps you, yeah, I feel like possibly you lived together. Or perhaps in the same neighborhood, right? But I think that you guys may have lived together. So this is seeming like it's a romantic connection, but I'm still keeping it open. It might not be, okay? But you guys may have lived together, or you guys may have lived in the same neighborhood. But either way, you guys had potential. You guys had a strong, solid foundation. You guys had potential. Okay, and that's one thing that they regret. Please let us know more about what this person regrets about pile 2. What do they regret about pile 2? Please show us. What do they regret about pile 2? The Gentleman and the Lilies. Okay, this person wants your forgiveness. Okay, they do. They need your forgiveness. That's what I saw there from that. They possibly want to give you flowers. Look, the Rider. Okay, this person wants to contact you very, very soon. They're possibly doing it. They plan on contacting you very, very soon. Okay, they want to give you something. Okay, possibly flowers, as we just saw in those 2 other cards. Possibly flowers. If it's not flowers, then it's something to show you that they're sorry and that they care. Okay? And they're hoping and wishing on it. They're manifesting it. Okay? But don't be surprised if this person pops up or something pops up in the mail from this person. Okay? Because they want to contact you and they want to give you something. If it's not a message that they want to tell you themselves face to face, then it's a gift or something that they want to give to you. Okay? And then we have the dog. You see? So the dog, you know, a dog is man's best friend. So again, this could be like a friend. You know, for some of you guys, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a friendship gone wrong. Okay, this could be a friendship where, you know, it started off as just 2 of you guys. You guys were like really close friends. And then this person met someone else that they wanted to include into the friendship. And, you know, maybe you were fine with that at first. And eventually it just happened that they used to exclude you and maybe you felt like the third wheel, and so you just kind of felt pushed out, and maybe this person has regrets about that. Okay, but either way, if it's not a platonic friendship, even if it's a romantic connection, this is showing me that this person misses your friendship. Either way, whether it be romantic or not, they miss your friendship. And this person, again, we see the dog with the flower in its mouth. They are sorry for something. They are sorry for what they did, how they treated you. They're sorry for the sneakiness. Okay, and I do feel like they want to let you know this. They want to let you know that they're sorry. Okay, this person wants to reach out to you. I do feel that they're sorry for their sneakiness. Okay, the fish. Okay, again, we have 3 fish here. So I just feel like with the fish, this person, you know, they want to work on the connection. And I'm getting a sense here, maybe this person wants to get you pregnant. Okay, perhaps this person wants to start a family with you, and maybe that's something that they regret. They regret not doing that when they had the chance to. Okay, maybe this person was focusing a lot on their work. Maybe they're focusing a lot on their money, and maybe that's why they put the relationship with you on the back burner. And maybe that's something that they regret as well. And the ship. Okay, the ship. Yep, the ship represents slow moving energy. Okay, because the ship or boats, or shall we say travel by water, is the slowest mode of transportation oftentimes. So this person regrets dragging their feet. Okay, they were very slow in this connection. And also there was like a lot of emotional turmoil. There was a lot of turbulence in this connection. I feel like this person may have made you cry, maybe more than once. Okay, but another thing I see from this ship card is that this person did put you on the back burner. They focused more on their own personal goals. Like they focused on work, they focused on money, they focused on their own dreams. more than they focused on the connection with you. So they didn't make time for you a lot of the times. They didn't. Okay, they put you on the back burner a lot, and that made you sad. We see here that this card is associated with the number 3. So again, they may have prioritized the third party over their connection with you. They may have prioritized the third party over their connection with you, and that caused, you know, not only a lot of delays in the connection, but it caused, you know, feelings of backstabbing and betrayal. Okay? Let's get some clarification for this. Oops, what am I doing? I thought I was, okay. Never mind. All right. And then we got cross at the bottom of the deck. Bearing their burdens, okay? So let's get some clarification for the fox card, okay? In what way was this person like a fox in this connection? In what way was this person hiding and being sneaky? And why were they doing that? Please show us, Spirit. Oops. Why was this person being a sneaky, sly little fox? 7 of Pentacles, okay? They were working on something. Then we got 8 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, they were working on something on the side. They had something on the side that they were working on. And I feel like this is something that started before you. It's something that started before you that they were working on. And it caused delays in their connection with you. Yep. Possibly one thing that I'm getting here, because if you want to take the card at full face value, we see a pregnant woman here and a man. It looks like they're expecting a baby. So that could be it, okay? Maybe before they met you, someone was pregnant with their child. And maybe they didn't tell you that they had someone pregnant with their child on the side. So every now and then they used to dip out of the house and, you know, they would have secret conversations, checking in on the pregnancy, checking in on the baby. And that caused a lot of delays, okay, in their connection with you. And it caused a lot of miscommunication as well. And I'm sensing, you know, perhaps a lot of rumors and gossip, okay? But yeah, there was something that they had that they were working on. And whatever it was, it happened, like they started it before you came along, right? They started it before you came along, and they just wanted to make sure that it, you know, that it follows through. But in them doing that, it caused delays in the connection with you, okay? We got the Star. Okay, this is about illumination. This is about healing. This is about being positive, optimistic, wishes coming true. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, so whatever they were hoping on and wishing on and working on, again, like I said, it caused like the relationship with you to go south. Basically, they missed out certain opportunities with you because they were too busy focusing on whatever this is. Okay? Like I said, for some of you guys, it could literally be that they got somebody else pregnant. Okay? And this was before you. This was before you. But I feel like they didn't tell you. Okay? When you came along, they did not tell you, hey, you know what? My ex, you know, she called me up and she told me she's pregnant, you know, and she told me she's keeping the baby. And, you know, I don't want to be a deadbeat dad. I want to be there for the child, you know. So I want to be in the child's life, but I don't want to lose you. It could be something like that, okay? But whatever it is, they didn't tell you about it. So instead, they decided to be sneaky about it behind your back. You know, probably leaving the house, you know, sneaking out of the house, probably leaving the room to have, you know, private phone calls, you know, things like that. And whatever it was, you know, it made them happy, but made you sad. Okay? All right. All right. Please clarify this Rider card for us. Okay. This one seems like it wanted to come out like it. I'm going to take it this way. Okay, so we've got 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups talks about being indecisive. It talks about having many options. It could be many romantic options, okay? But this person had many options, okay? And they were confused, they were indecisive, they were failing to make a choice or failing to make a decision, okay? 6 of Wands in the reverse, okay? Yeah, so they messed up. I feel like a lot of people saw them. Okay, so again, if we're speaking about a romantic connection here, which I'm strongly thinking that it is, okay? But we'll see at the end, okay? But I just feel like this person had, many romantic options, okay? And that's what caused delays in the connection with you, because I see here that this mermaid or this merman, they have like a pearl in their hand, and they want to know, which cup do I put this pearl into? Like which one do I give this pearl to? Okay? And they were confused, okay? So they just didn't make a choice. They didn't. Okay? And with the 6 of Wands coming out in the reverse, I feel like a lot of people, perhaps people in the neighborhood, perhaps their friends, your friends, whoever, people saw that this person was being indecisive. People saw that they kept their options open, and a lot of people were like, that's not right. What are you doing? That's not right for you to be doing that to Pal 2. I thought you were in a relationship with Pal 2. What are you doing? What are you doing going out with all these different girls and whatever the situation is? But people saw, and they were not happy with this person, okay? 9 of Wands, okay? So as a result of that, this person became very guarded, okay? They started to become very guarded, and they put their barriers up. They became more secretive, okay? As people started to call them out on their sneaky behaviors, they started to become more secretive, okay? And of course that caused a lot of fights, okay? Because you're not stupid, okay? You're definitely not stupid. You may be able to pull the wool over other people's eyes, but not yours, okay? So of course you observed this behavior, that this person started to become more guarded, more secretive, and of course it caused fights. Look at the volcano in the background and the lava. Of course it caused fights, arguments. It caused you to become angry. You're like, what are you keeping from me? Why are you being so secretive? Why are you being so defensive, so guarded, 7 of Swords, yeah. 7 of Swords in the reverse. It's like, I just feel like these people who observed this person's actions, their sneaky actions, maybe this person came and told you, but some way, somehow, their lies were exposed. Their sneaky lies were exposed, okay? Yeah, their sneaky lies were exposed. Definitely. Maybe somebody came and told you, okay? Or maybe you just put 2 and 2 together yourself, but some way, somehow, this person's lies and their sneakiness, whatever they were doing behind your back, it got exposed, okay? Bottom of the deck is 4 of Swords in the reverse, okay? They were hurt by it, okay? This person was hurt by it, very much so. I feel like they went into, like, hibernating, okay? Because they couldn't take all these people judging them. There were a lot of people standing by judging this person. So they went into hibernation, and I'm also getting a sense that they played the victim here. This person played the victim. And then King of Wands, yes. King of Wands in the reverse, I might add. Okay? So yeah, a lot of people turned on this person. Okay? This person, like they're an extrovert and they had a lot of friends, etc. But a lot of people turned on them because of their sneaky ways, because this person is indecisive, because this person they act without thinking, like they are if this was an emotional, like if this was a romantic connection, this is saying that this person, you know, they I feel like they slept around. Okay, because the King of Wands in the reverse can be quite promiscuous. Okay, so they may have slept around with these other romantic options that they had, okay, that they were indecisive with, you know, and they got exposed, and a lot of people, you know, turned on this person. A lot of their friends, and possibly your friends too, turned on this person. And this person became very bitter and angry as well. They became very bitter and angry at that. Yeah. Almost like they wanted to get revenge. You know, because remember I said they were playing the victim. Okay? Alright, and now let's clarify the dog card. Why is this dog card here in this reading when it comes to what do they regret about pile 2? We've got the Magician in the reverse. So they regret being, what's the word? They just regret lying, being sneaky, manipulative to you. They were weak. Yeah, they were weak. Powerless. They had problems controlling their emotions, and they just, how do I put this? Like they just didn't know what to do, I guess you can say. They didn't have, okay, this is obviously a male we're speaking of. This male was not mature. Okay, they were not mature. They were immature. They went with the flow. They were not leaders. They were more so followers. Okay, and again, manipulative. Okay, liar, swindler, pretender, all that. The High Priestess. They kept a lot of secrets. They kept a lot of things inside. Okay, they did. They kept a lot of things inside. And also with the High Priestess card, I'm getting that you were a High Priestess. Your intuition alerted you that this person was being lying, sneaky, you know, manipulative. Okay, I can't help but get a sense of, like, you know, baneful magic being done as well. Okay, but either way, I feel like with the High Priestess card, you caught on to this person's manipulation, and, you know, they regret being that way towards you. Okay, they feel like they should have known. Like they're like, you know, why would I do that? I should have known I was gonna get caught. You know, why would I be so stupid? You know, it's almost like, you know, you ever seen those, like, concrete, you know, when somebody, like, does the sidewalk, for instance, and it's not dry yet, it's still wet, the cement is still wet, and somebody walks over it, you know, with their shoes, their whole footprint, everything shows, and this person thought that they were being discreet, but it's like, I can see your footprint. Like, I know what shoes you wear, those are your shoes, I can see them, you know. So it's kind of like a situation like that where this person's like, how could I have been so stupid? They're like, how could I have thought I could get away with that? We've got Knight of Swords. Okay, Knight of Swords. This person's thinking that if they could do it over again, they would do it differently. This person is thinking, I should have told the truth. I should have led with the truth. That's what this person's saying. I should have told the truth. I should have been strong, I should have been brave, and just told the truth no matter what. Okay? And then Three of Swords. This is heartbreak. This is separation. This is guilt. Okay? And again, third party may have gotten involved. Okay? But yeah, this person, they regret not being truthful. Okay? They told stories. Okay? They told stories. They exaggerated. They told a lot of stories, and it caused a separation, heartbreak, you know, confusion. Okay? And that's what they regret. Let's get into the other oracle deck here for you, pile 2. And one more. Brunette female. Okay, so I'm thinking that there was a third party that got involved in this connection. A sneaky third party that this person was sneaking around with. Okay? Alright, so please show us with these cards, Spirit. What do they regret about pile 2? Children in the reverse. Okay? So again, I think I said that. I believe I said that in this reading. That this person... yeah, I did say that in this reading. That this person may have wanted to have a child with you, and they regret not doing so. Okay? But they also regret that they were very immature. And, you know, like they just caused a lot of drama in the connection. They kept you in the dark about a lot of things. They caused a lot of confusion, a lot of drama. And they put you in the position where, like, you were the adult and they were like a child. So they basically sucked the fun out of that whole connection. But yeah, they do regret not having children with you, not starting a family with you. This one says obstacles. It says blocks, pathways, delays. Okay, so yes, this person did cause obstacles in the connection with you. They know that they did, and that's what they regret. Okay, they regret causing obstacles in the connection, delays in the connection. Okay, twin flame in the reverse. Okay, they messed up a twin flame connection. Okay, that's what they regret. Please let us know more. What do they regret about pile 2? What else do they regret about pile 2? Young female. Youthful, music, fashion. Okay, and this is in the reverse. So I'm thinking that this is like karmic energy. This is the third party. Okay, this is the third party. The third party was this young female. They felt like they possibly had more in common with this young female. They felt like they had more fun with this young female. Okay? But that wasn't the case because they're regretting it now. Bottom of the deck is spiritual growth in the reverse. Okay? This person, they regret not learning sooner. They regret not learning sooner. Okay, I feel like you tried to tell this person. Okay, I feel like perhaps there's an age difference between you and this person. If it's not an actual age difference, then it's just a difference in maturity. I just feel like you're more mature than this person. But yeah, they just didn't listen when you tried to tell them. They just didn't learn on you know. And then true gem, yep, they didn't value you. They didn't see your quality. Okay, and of course they didn't put the ring on it. They didn't make that commitment. But yeah, they failed to see what was right in front of their eyes. All right, so please give us some clarification for this children card in the reverse. When it comes to what do they regret about pile 2, what does this children card represent in the reverse? I just feel like this person was immature. 9 of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment. So this is clarification to me, or confirmation, that this person was wishing to have children with you, to start a family with you. okay? Because this is 9 cups. If you add just one more cup, you would have the 10 of cups. And oftentimes the 10 of cups represents marriage, family, you know. So yeah, I just feel like they were wishing on expanding the you know, I just feel like they just wanted to expand the connection and have a family with you. You know, they just wanted to have a child or children with you, and they were wishing on that, but they never got it done. The moon in the reverse. And we got 8 of Wands. Yeah, delays. Delays. Because this person chose to be confused, and this person did not follow their intuition, okay? Instead, they followed someone else. They followed some form of temptation, okay? I feel like this other woman here, she's like a siren, a spiritual siren, so to speak. Okay, if you guys don't know what a siren is like a dark mermaid, okay? So it's like sirens are when sailors used to go out on the ships out in the ocean. Usually they come out at night and they would sing like beautiful songs, beautiful music, very tantalizing and tempting to the hearers. And so, you know, the sailors used to you know, follow the sound to see if they would, you know, come to these beautiful women that's making this beautiful music. And when they got there, it was sirens, aka demons, like mermaids that would just, you know, bring them to their death. Okay, so yeah, I just feel like this person followed not their own intuition, but they followed the voice of someone else. Okay, and that's what caused delays. Okay, so somebody was in this person's ear. I feel like this other woman, she's into music. I feel like she you know, I feel like maybe she's a singer. Okay, and maybe your person heard her sing, and your person's like, oh, you know, because I'm just being honest with you. Some guys are like that. Not just guys, but people in general. Like, if you have a beautiful singing voice, people are just attracted to you. May not be physically, but they just, it gives you clout. It gives you fame, I guess you can say, you know? So yeah, I feel like that is what pulled this person towards her voice. I feel like she has a singing voice, and yeah, it caused delays in this person's plans and their goals to be with you. Okay, please give us more clarification for this children card in the reverse. What does this children card represent? When it comes to what do they regret about pile 2? Okay, we've got the King of Cups. Let's see if this was meant to be upright or reverse. Okay, it's reverse. Yeah, so with the King of Cups in the reverse, this person hid their feelings from you a lot. Okay, they never revealed how they truly felt. They never revealed their true intentions with you. And I do believe their true intentions was that they wanted to get married and have children and start a family. But for some reason, they just never revealed those things to you. They kept it a secret. They kept it within themselves. Okay? And again, the King of Cups in the upright, he's a very intuitive man. When it's in the reverse, this person doesn't follow their intuition, which is what we saw earlier with the Moon card there. They did not follow their intuition, and instead I feel like they followed other people or someone else, maybe this other woman. Okay, they followed her voice, her advice, whatever it was, but they kept secrets. Okay, secrets on how they felt and their true intentions. And yeah, they just didn't follow their intuition. Look, Knight of Cups. Okay, so although this person, you know, I feel like this person wanted you, but I feel like they were, I just feel like this person was dating other people with the Knight of Cups here. They were focused on you, they wanted you, but they were giving their attention and possibly other things to other people. And we've got the Emperor. Okay, so this person was very, what's that word? entitled. This person felt entitled. Yeah, they felt like, you know what, I can do what I want, you know. They felt like they can do what they wanted. And yes, this person did want to have children, a child or children with you. They were thinking about fatherhood. They were thinking about the future, thinking about making plans, okay? But this also shows me, with the Emperor card coming out, possibly what I said earlier, you know, remember I said earlier that this person may have, you know, gotten someone pregnant before they met you and they just never told you. That could be the situation as well, okay? And that could have given them a sense of entitlement as well, because they're like, you know what? It's my kid, it's my family. I'm entitled to spend time with the child's mother. And I'm entitled to, you know, like they just felt justified in what they were doing, okay? Going behind your back. They felt justified in doing so, okay? With the Emperor card. Because I feel like they're saying, you know what, yeah, you know, this is my child or my children or whatever, and I have a right to be in that child's life, and I have a right to keep it a secret because I know Pal 2 is not going to be happy with me doing this. So it's, you know, I have a right to do this. They just, they justified what they were doing, okay? Please clarify this young female card. What does this young female card represent in this reading when it comes to what do they regret about you? Again, we have the Emperor, okay? 10 of Wands, okay? Burdens, okay? Insurmountable burdens, hard to carry, okay? Ace of Swords, truth, success, achievement, figuring things out. Knight of Swords, okay? This is about being motivated, okay? Seeking truth, following the truth, but basically just not letting anyone stand in your way at all, okay? Between you and your goal. Six of Wands in the reverse, okay? Again, this is about, you know, maybe bad reputation or, you know, just lack of recognition, lack of success. And Five of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So since it's a lot of cards, I'm just going to take some time to figure this out. One moment, please. Yeah, so basically it's what I said before. It's basically what I said before. This Emperor here, your person, they very much felt entitled. Okay? And I do feel that this Emperor here, especially when we see it with the 10 of Wands, they had duties and responsibilities as a father. Okay? I feel like this person had a child, or, you know, they got this person pregnant before they met you. And they felt justified in, you know, like they felt like it was their duty and their responsibility to take care of the child. Okay? They really felt like they were doing the right thing with this Ace of Swords coming out. They felt that they were doing the right thing. And they're like, I'm not going to let my relationship with her get in the way of me being a good father. Okay? Okay, very much so. They were like putting up their defenses. Okay, but again, we got the Six of Wands. Other people were seeing. Other people were seeing what they were doing. Could have been their friends, could have been your friends, family, whoever. Other people were seeing what they were doing and they were like, nah, brother, that's not the way you do it. No. Right? And with the Five of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, yeah, it's like this person felt like they had to, I don't know, they kind of justified the way that they did it. They didn't have to do it that way. Of course, they know that now. They didn't have to lie to you and be sneaky and not tell you that they had other responsibilities. But at the time, they felt that they had to. They felt that you wouldn't support them, that you would leave them, and they didn't want you to leave. Page of Swords. And now it's like they want to tell you the truth. They know that they have to be truthful. They know the value of being truthful. Okay? But they weren't ready for that. Okay, here's the thing. They were only looking at it from one perspective. They were not looking at it from your perspective. They were looking at it from the perspective of, oh, I need to be a father. I need to do the right thing. I need to be there for my child. They were not looking at it from the perspective of you know, from being in a relationship with you, being honest with your partner, you know. They were not looking at that. They were only looking at, oh, I gotta be a good father, da 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 da. I'm not gonna let her stand in my way of me being a good father to this child. That's what they were looking at. And so they decided to hide it from you instead of telling you. And people around them observing this was like, nah, that's not how you do it. Right? And they justified it because it's like they didn't want to lose you. They didn't want you to leave them. That's what they were trying to prevent from happening. But they know now that they should have been truthful. And they want to be truthful with you now. They want to have some honest communication with you. Okay? Let's get into your last and final oracle deck for your reading, pile 2. And one more. So, Spirit, please let us know, what do they regret about pile 2? Okay, it says dirt digging, looking for dirt on you or vice versa. So because I mentioned it before, I feel like you were looking for dirt on this person. Not dirt per se, but you were trying to find out what this person was hiding. Because remember, you know, this is them. They're the fox. And I feel like you are this bird here because they're being sneaky. Like, for instance, leaving the house at certain times, not telling you where they're going. You know, maybe when the phone rings, they would leave the room to answer certain calls. You know, stuff like that. And you just wanted to find out what this person was doing, okay? This one says spiritual hater. Hates on your spirituality, light, magic, or power, okay? So we do see that you came up as the high priestess. You're very intuitive. You have like just mystical powers, just based on your strong intuition. And somebody was hating on that, okay? It could have been the third party, who knows? But somebody was hating on your spirituality, okay? And bad habits, drug addictions, okay? So maybe this person was hiding a bad habit behind your back. Maybe they had some kind of a drug addiction or some other form of toxicity that they were hiding from you, okay? Bottom of the deck, it says photo proof, getting evidence. So yeah, I just feel like maybe one of your friends took some kind of photo of this person when they were out and about, and maybe they brought it to you. Maybe you got photo proof or evidence. Carless, no car, repo, car issues, marrying for money, also there in the reverse, okay? So let's get the clarification here. Okay, so when it comes to what do they regret about pile 2, what does this dirt digging card represent in this reading? Who's looking for dirt? Who was looking for dirt here? And why? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this person was very guarded, very secretive. They were holding a lot of things in, a lot of things that they were not telling you. Okay? So I feel like you were the one that was like kind of dirt digging, but not in a malicious way. Like you just wanted to find out. Maybe you used to go through this person's phone, you know, etc. We've got the Hermit, okay? And we've got Ace of Swords. Yeah, you were definitely on a quest to find the truth. Okay, definitely so. You were on a quest to find the truth about this person because they were just being sneaky. All right. Please give us some clarification for this spiritual hater card. We've got Page of Wands, okay? And then we got Ace of Swords. So I think what this is saying is that in the past, this person possibly did hate on you. They did hate on your light because they didn't understand it. Okay, I feel like this is a case of someone seeing a very spiritual, intuitive woman and calling her a witch, thinking that she's a witch in the negative sense, okay? Because, you know, the more spiritual you get, the more you realize that someone being a witch doesn't necessarily mean that they're evil. It doesn't necessarily mean that they do baneful magic. They could be a healer, for instance, okay? So, yeah, I just feel like this person misinterpreted your light or your magical power. They saw it as evil, especially okay, basically, it's how intuitive you were that scared them, okay? I feel like you found out a lot of things and this person was wondering like, how does she know that? How does she know that? And it just got them scared and just made them think negatively. Okay, but with the Ace of Swords here, I see the truth. Like they see the truth now. They see the truth now, and they embrace your light now. You see how this person's holding that light in their hand like that? It's like they're embracing that light now. Okay? But in the past, they didn't understand it. They rejected it. They thought the worst of it. They probably used to call you a bruja behind your back. You know, call you a witch. You know, wonder how does she know this? You know, she's too much in my business. Blah, 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 blah. But now they see and now they appreciate your light. They see the truth in it now and they appreciate it. Strength in the reverse. Because your intuition basically exposed their weaknesses and it caused you to leave. It caused you to leave that connection. And look, the moon in the reverse, exactly. Exactly. Things were revealed to you. Your intuition. You followed your intuition and you left this connection with this person who was trying to trap you, it seems. They were trying to trap you in this web of lies. And they thought that you weren't strong enough to leave, but you were, because your intuition. You followed your intuition and yeah, you were alerted to the truth about this person. You found out the truth based on your intuition. And like I said, at first they hated it. Because like I said, this person wanted to keep the secret to themselves. They just wanted to keep it all to themselves, okay? Please clarify this bad habits card. When it comes to what do they regret about you, Pile 2, what does this bad habits card represent in this reading? It says drugs, addictions, toxicities. What addictions or toxicities or bad habits was this person hiding from Pile 2? What was this person hiding from Pile 2? Bad habit. What bad habit was this person hiding from Pile 2? The Two of Cups. So not only were they hiding another person, okay, they were definitely hiding someone else, but they were also hiding their feelings for you. Like I said this before, they were hiding their feelings for you. They saw you as a soulmate. They saw you as their other half, but they were hiding that. Okay, they were also hiding the fact that they had some other connection with someone else. This could be a coworker. Six of Swords. Okay, I feel like when you found out about this, you know, based on your intuition, I feel like you moved on. Okay, please give us more clarification for this bad habits card. What was this bad habit that this person was trying to hide from pile 2? We've got the Tower in the reverse. So again, they just didn't want you to break up with them. They did not want you to break up with them. And that's why they hid it. But again, you know, of course you found out. Yep, they were hiding. Putting up barriers, being defensive. Very much so. Please give us more clarification for this bad habits card. So they had a connection with someone else that they were hiding from you. And at the time that they were having this connection with the other person, they kind of thought that the other person was like a really good match for them. They thought that you know, they were confused. Okay, they know that they didn't want to lose you, but they thought that they had a really good connection with that other person. This one says Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this is an emotionally manipulative woman. Okay, and then Knight of Cups. Yep. So that's what they were hiding. They were hiding that they were dating this other woman on the side. They were dating this other woman on the side, and this woman was controlling them. This woman was like manipulating them, emotionally manipulative to them. She may have used some form of magic as well to aid in that manipulation. She may have used glamour magic on herself to make herself appear more beautiful in this person's eyes. But yeah, they were hiding the fact that, you know, they thought that they were in love with someone else. Look, Ace of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands, and then Two of Swords. Yes, they were confused. They were confused. They had you, they had her. They didn't want to lose you, but they felt that they had a very, very strong connection with her. Okay, they thought that they were in love. They thought that they were in love, but it may have been just lust. It may have been just lust. Ace of Cups. They were juggling. Yep. They were definitely juggling. They thought they were in love with this other woman. But it was nothing but a toxic addiction. It wasn't love. It was a toxic addiction that was doomed. Okay? There was nothing good to come out of that connection at all. Nothing good could come out of that connection at all. Because it seems like it was just based on sex. It was based on manipulation. Okay, I just feel like this woman used magic. Okay. Alright, so as promised, we're going to find out who. Okay, who is this person? So please let us know, Spirit, with these cards. Who is this person that's having these regrets? Okay, that one came out. Hold on. Ooh, soulmate. Okay, this is someone who they know now that you were their soulmate. Remember the Two of Cups came out there? Yeah. They thought at first that it was this other woman. They were confused. Okay, because she used her little manipulative thing against them. She made them think that it was her that was the soulmate. So they spent a lot of time, a lot of their energy. They just ignored you. They were being sneaky. I believe she also was the one that encouraged this person to keep it a secret and be sneaky. And she did that so that, because she knew that it would drive you crazy. She knew that it would drive you crazy. She knew that it would cause a lot of arguments and confusion in the connection. And that's what she wanted. So yeah. This is someone who is your soulmate. They know it now, but back then they certainly didn't. And you guys are in a separation right now, but you see these little lines here that, you know, there's still feelings there, perhaps on both ends. So you guys may be in separation right now, but they know that you're their soulmate. Bottom of the deck is travel in the reverse. Okay, this person may be at a distance away from you. Okay, but they do want to come back for sure. And then the Ice Queen, it says divorcee, mother, discernment. So again, this person's single right now. Either way, they're single. Because whoever they left you for has left them, or vice versa. And now they want to come back to you. Because they know now that you're their soulmate. They didn't know that in the past. Okay? So yeah, that's what they regret about you, pal 2. This person regrets how they treated you. They regret being sneaky. Okay? They regret not being upright and open when it comes to their feelings for you. They felt like they should have told you. They felt like if they had opened up to you, they felt like you could have helped them. But instead, they kept it a secret. They did everything themselves. And like I said, that connection that they thought that they were in love with, the connection that they left you for, there was nothing good. Nothing good was going to come out of that connection. It was doomed. All right? So needless to say, they're not together anymore. And that's why this person's over there thinking about you, thinking about traveling back towards you. Okay? Yeah, because you're the mature woman. Yeah, this is a past love that they want to come back. This person may have moved away from you, like to the other part of the globe, you know, but they want to come back. Yep, they miss you. Yep. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave the reading for you, pal 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give the video a like. Please let me know that you liked the reading, and that also helps to support the channel as well. I appreciate all of your support, all of your views, your comments, everything, okay? So I encourage more of it, okay? I would love to see you join me here for more of my upcoming readings, pal 2. And the best way to do that is for you to subscribe. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel as already, please do so by hitting the bell notification and select all, so that you'll be notified each and every time I post a new reading, and that way you won't miss another reading, okay? So until I see you again, pal 2, I hope you guys have a very blessed and beautiful day. And of course, namaste. All right, so for those of you who have chosen pile 3 and the rose quartz crystal along with the Alice in the Wonderland oracle deck, then this will be your reading. All right, we're gonna start off with your oracle deck. So we're gonna start off asking, what do they regret about you? And at the end of your reading, pile 3 is where we will ask who is the person that's having these regrets, okay? All right. All right. Okay. All right, so Spirit, with these cards, please show us, what do they regret about our pile 3 viewers? What do they regret about pile 3? What do they regret about pile 3? What do they regret about pile 3? Oopsie. Okay, we got these. Okay. So this one says growing up. Okay. Wanting to grow and experience. Rejection of perpetual youth. Okay. So this person definitely regrets how immature they were. Okay. I feel like you are the one who was wanting them to grow and experience. But they refused to do that. They refused to grow up. This person remained very much childish, okay? And they lived in their own delusions, okay? This one says, no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Okay, so this person regrets being fearful. Okay? They definitely regret being fearful. Because remember Alice in the movie or the book, Alice in Wonderland, she was fearful of, you know, just going up against the Queen of Hearts. Okay? But yeah, she had nothing to be afraid of because everything in that world was pretty much her imagination. Like, she was pretty much in control. So, yeah, but anyways, this person, they were definitely fearful, okay? Oh my god, that's so annoying. Okay, anyways. And then this one says, clock time, pressure, in a rush. Yep, this person felt pressured, okay? They felt pressured, possibly by you. And yeah, they felt like you were rushing them, you know, maybe rushing towards a commitment, maybe rushing towards taking the relationship to the next level. But they felt rushed, and that's something that contributed to their fear. Okay, remember the Mad Hatter? I think wasn't, no, it was the White Rabbit that was obsessed with time in Alice in Wonderland. So yeah. This one says, I wonder what will happen next. Okay, it says, ready to adventure. Precipice of change. Pause before action. Okay, so I feel like this person regrets keeping you wondering. Okay, keeping you guessing and wondering what's going to happen next in the connection. Okay, and also I feel like they kept you bored at home as well. Like, they probably didn't go out much with you. Feel like they kept you bored at home, you know, quite often, and that made you sad. And then this one says, belong to your own dream, create your own life. That's exactly what I was saying about this card here when I said no need to fear. Like, there is no need for Alice to fear in this adventure, because it was like this whole world was a figment of her imagination. So basically all she had to do was really tap in to be able to control the events. Okay, so I feel like this person, you know, they felt like they were being controlled. I feel like this person felt like they were being controlled by you. And I don't know, it's like they thought that you were controlling, I think. And it's not that you were trying to control them, but it just, I feel like that's how they took it. Okay, that's how they took it. Okay. All right, let's get into some clarification here. Right. Ooh, this one's really sticky. Oopsie. All right. And one more. Okay. All right. All right, so when it comes to what do they regret about pile 3, please clarify what this growing up card represents in this reading. It came out in the reverse. So please represent what this growing up card represents. I'm also getting that this person used to drink. Okay, we've got 2 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so this person regrets. Basically, this person was confused. Okay, they were confused. They were going back and forth in their mind. They had like a mental struggle, I guess you can call it. But with this coming out in the reverse, it's like they've made a decision. Okay? They've made a decision. Again, 2 of Pentacles, another 2. Okay? Juggling, going back and forth, dilly-dallying, playing the fool. And then Knight of Pentacles. Someone dragging their feet, someone delaying, someone taking a very, very long time. Okay? So yeah, this person had something else on the brain. Look, the Tower. Okay? This is sudden destruction. This is chaos. This is an epiphany. This is just sudden change. You know, something happening just suddenly, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing, but I feel that in this reading, definitely is, okay? Like this person, like, this person's like a procrastinator. You ask them to do something, they'll be like, yeah, I'll do it. And then like maybe 2 weeks later, they still haven't done it. So you remind them again, yeah, I'll do it. And then maybe a month later, same thing. Like they're a procrastinator and they keep on procrastinating until it's too late, until shit hits the fan and they actually have to move. Okay? And look, 5 of Cups. Okay, this is mourning. This is loss. This is crying. This is tears. This is regret. This is remorse. This is deep sadness. Yep. So yeah, basically it's their indecisiveness and their procrastination, their delaying that caused the breakup of this connection. And after this connection broke up, that's when they had the epiphany. That's when they started to see things clearly. They started to see things from a different perspective. And now they're sad. They're crying. They're sad. They're in regret, remorse over losing you. And it's interesting how I was just talking about, you know, someone being a procrastinator while the other person has to nag them. Like they have to nag them. Because it's like, I asked you to do this 2 weeks ago and it's still not done. That's what I'm getting here. Like a mother-son relationship, you know, like I said, this person was immature. Very much younger than you in terms of experience, attitude, etc. Like I feel like you constantly had to nag this person. You constantly had to scold them. And they just never listened. Okay? But now they understand. Okay? So it's like now they're growing up. Perhaps all throughout the relationship or all throughout the connection, you kept on telling them, oh, you need to grow up. Oh, you're so immature. Oh my God, you never learned how to do that? Like, you know what I mean? And now that you guys have broken up, now they see it. Now they're hearing your voice and now they're understanding what you're saying. Okay? We've got 6 of Swords. Okay? And then we've got 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay? So they know that they needed to release their fears in order to move on and make progress. Okay? Please clarify this no need to fear card. What does this no need to fear card represent when it comes to What do they regret about pile 3? We've got the Hanged Man. Okay? The Hanged Man. Someone is just hanging in there waiting. Okay? They're waiting for an answer, basically. Okay? They have a question that needs answering, and they're just waiting for the answer. They're waiting for that spiritual enlightenment. Okay? And perhaps they feel, you know, this waiting period is not easy for them. They feel like it's a punishment. Okay? The Empress in the reverse. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the Empress in the reverse, she is, I'm just going to call her a narcissistic mother. Okay? This is just a narcissistic feminine. Okay, she's not nurturing, she's not giving, she's not creative, she is codependent, needy, childish, immature, you know, etc., etc. Okay? Knight of Cups in the reverse. All right? So, basically, what I see here with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, this person pursued an Empress in the reverse. They romantically pursued an Empress in the reverse. They cheated with an Empress in the reverse. And now, with the Hanged Man, it's like they're being punished. They're being punished. And with the Hanged Man card as well, it's not just that they're being punished, it's also that they feel stuck. They feel like they got themselves into something that they can't get out of. But they need to remember how powerful they are. They need to remember that they got themselves into this mess and they can get themselves out of it. So I don't know what has them hanging there helplessly in this connection with this Empress in the reverse, but they feel stuck, they feel helpless, and it's torture for them. They're like stuck in a place where they don't want to be with this Empress in the reverse. And yeah, they need to remember how powerful they are. I feel like it may be a situation where, you know, they pursued this connection, okay, with this Empress in the reverse. I'm just going to put it up right for you to see. They pursued this connection with this Empress in the reverse, and somehow they're stuck. Meaning that she has a hold on them. She has a grip on them, possibly. Okay, that's just an example. Like, they just feel like they're just stuck. Like, maybe another thing that I'm thinking, since she's coming out as the Empress in the reverse, maybe she is telling this person that she's pregnant. And they feel like, damn, I can't leave now. I can't, like, you know? How could I leave someone when she just told me she's pregnant? You know? Like, I know guys do it all the time, but not everyone has the heart to do that. So maybe this is the situation here, that this person just feels like they can't leave this Empress in the reverse, even though they're not happy. Okay? All right, and look, we've got 5 of Wands. Competition, conflict, chaos, fighting, not being able to get along. Okay? So I feel like there's a lot of competition, conflict, fighting in that connection. Okay, but yet for some reason he can't leave. And 8 of Swords in the reverse. This person has to release their fears. They have to release their fears in order to walk away from all of that conflict, competition, etc. Okay? And also, this Empress in the reverse is definitely competing with you. And I feel like she is aggressive in the sense that she uses physical force. Okay, that's what I see here. I feel like she uses physical force, She's like, don't you dare leave me. Don't you dare go back to her. Or something like that. Like she's like that. That's what I feel. Okay? And that's another reason why this person is like afraid, okay, of leaving. She may even have other people joining in and helping her to like prevent them from coming towards you, because she's in competition with you. She's jealous. Okay? Please clarify this clock time card for us. We've got the Fool in the reverse. So definitely this person's feeling foolish, reckless, careless, and afraid. Afraid of starting a new adventure for themselves. Afraid of manning up. Okay? Please give us more clarification for this clock time card when it comes to what do they regret about pile 3. What does this clock time card represent? Okay, we've got insurmountable burdens here with the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Insurmountable burdens, tons of responsibilities that this person is feeling like they can't keep, you know? They can't, they're finding it really hard to manage and keep up, okay? They have so much to do. Because I remember I said she's very codependent, and she's also very bossy and aggressive as well. So she could be treating this person like a servant, like, oh, get me this, get me that. You know, like some women, when they're pregnant, they take full advantage, and they just, well, not all women, okay? Some women literally have to be on bed rest when they're pregnant. Some women literally have to be on bed rest, which means they can't do anything for themselves. Their partner or their family has to do things for them. But there are some women who milk that. There are some women who they don't necessarily need to be on bed rest, but they act like it. You know, oh, fetch me this, fetch me that, do this, do that. You know, I just feel like this person's being taken advantage of, okay? Yep, 10 of Cups in the reverse. They're in an unhappy connection. Very much so. They're in an unhappy connection with this Empress in the reverse. Okay, they're very much unhappy. And with this clock time, I feel like they're counting down the time. Okay, and then we got Ace of Swords. Yeah, they're living a lie. Okay, they're not happy. They're just living a lie. It's not a successful connection. Okay, and there's confusion there as well too. So we've got 7 of Cups in the reverse. Okay? This person's realizing now that, yeah, they were indecisive in the connection with you. Okay, because this Empress in the reverse is obviously someone that they cheated with when they were with you, or they started seeing this person when they were with you. Okay, because we do have the Knight of Cups here. This is usually a cheater, especially when it comes out in the reverse. And look how he's offering her this cup, and she's looking back. So she could have been someone from his past that he went back to, like an ex, and she ended up trapping him. Okay, she ended up trapping him. Probably, oh, I'm pregnant, you know, but she's probably not. She might not even be pregnant, because she's an Empress in the reverse. She might not even be pregnant. That's probably a lie, just to, you know, just to have him. But anyways, with this 7 of Cups coming out in the reverse, it's like he realizes now that I feel like he's realizing that someone was trying to play tricks on them. But anyways, but basically what he's realizing is that, you know, he should have made the right choice. He didn't make the right choice. He was being very indecisive. He had his romantic options open, and he was just so happy with that, and he felt on top of the world. He felt like he could have his cake and eat it too. So yeah, but now he sees things clearly. Now he's like, oh damn, why didn't I just make the choice? Why didn't I just choose pile 3 when I had the chance? I was dilly-dallying, playing the fool, you know? And then we have, again, Eight of Swords in the reverse. Okay? So this is the Eight of Swords in the reverse is about releasing fear. Yeah, okay. So they're saying that the reason why they couldn't choose you at that time is because they were scared of the commitment. They were afraid of commitment. Okay? So they went over to this Empress in the reverse, whom, like, I feel like she lied to him. Basically she lied to him and said, oh, this doesn't have to be anything serious, you know, I believe in polyamory or something like that, you know. So he's like, all right, I'll go with her. She, you know, she's more my speed. She doesn't want anything serious. She believes in polyamory, you know, so let me just go with her. So this person chose her thinking that it was going to be some kind of vacation, like, oh, easy peasy. But next thing you know, little miss, oh, I believe in polyamory, I don't want anything serious, comes up and tells this person, oh, I'm pregnant and I'm keeping it. And I want us to be a family and blah, 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 blah. And now this person's like, oh my God, I can't leave. Oh my God. You know, so it's something like that. Look, 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this person wishes that they were single. Okay. And also, they're probably seeing you as the 9 of Pentacles. They're probably seeing you as someone who is stable, single. You are confident, but also you are loyal, okay? And you're chaste and all of these great things, okay? That's how they're seeing you, okay? All right, let's go on to the next oracle deck. And one more. Okay. So, Spirit, with these cards, please let us know. What do they regret about Pile 3? What does this person regret about Pile 3? What do they regret about Pile 3? What regrets do they have concerning our Pile 3 viewers? Thank you, Spirit. The Moon in the reverse. They're regretting that they didn't follow their heart. They didn't follow their intuition. They didn't listen to their own feelings. Okay? They allowed someone else to come in and manipulate them emotionally. That's for sure. And they allowed this person to convince them or manipulate them into walking away from you. And they certainly regret it now. Okay, they definitely regret that now. Okay, and yep, the whip. Didn't I tell you that this Empress in the reverse is bossy, controlling, aggressive? I feel like she uses physical force. This is the confirmation of that. Okay, so yeah, like, they're being controlled by this Empress in the reverse here. Okay, they're being, like, she's manipulative. She's controlling them. She manipulated this person. She manipulated this person into walking away from you. And now she's continuing to treat this person kind of like a slave or a servant. Okay? She is, it's just a rough connection. I feel like this person may be being abused by this Empress in the reverse. Okay, if it's not physical abuse, then it's some other form of abuse. And yep, so she's very domineering, and this person feels like they're being whipped into shape. They're being punished. Okay, and they also feel that it's a sense of karma. They feel like they feel like this is happening to them because of what they did to you. Okay, they feel like it's a sense of karma. They feel like they deserve it. Although they hate it, they can't do much complaining. The mice, yeah, they really want to get out of that situation. Okay, they really want to get out of that situation. Okay, it's like a pest. They want to get out. They're not comfortable there. Okay, they may be living in a house. Yeah. Anyways, they may be living in a house with this woman, and like maybe they feel unwanted, you know. Maybe she's living there with a bunch of other family members and they don't feel welcome. They feel unwanted. Okay, so they really want to leave that connection. Okay, so let's do some clarification. Please clarify this moon card in the reverse. When it comes to what do they regret about pile 3, what does this moon card in the reverse represent for our pile 3 viewers? What does this moon card represent in the reverse? We've got Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, there's a lot of fighting, argument going on there. We've got the Sun. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to take these. I'm really sorry. All right. All right. Please give us some clarification for this moon. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we've got, this is 10 of Cups in the reverse. So again, this card came out before, and I did mention that they are in a very unhappy connection. Okay, they are in a very unhappy connection with this new woman, this Empress in the reverse, whoever she is. Okay, she could be an ex of his that he went back to. This person received a wake-up call. Okay, they received a wake-up call. They started to see things from a different perspective. They started to basically judge the situation for themselves. And this person is remorseful. They would love to have a second chance with you. They want to come back and make things right. But they know that they are receiving judgment, aka karma. This person knows that they're under judgment right now. And with this card, the way I'm seeing it here, I think that there's like a child involved, or a baby, or a pregnancy or something. And that's why he's not able to leave this Empress in the reverse. Okay, and I'm also sensing like there's pressure from her side of the family too. Like maybe her dad threatened him, like, if you ever leave my daughter and make her into a single mother, I'll kill you, or something like that. You know? So this person feels like they're under a huge amount of pressure to stay in this connection that he's completely unhappy with. High Priestess in the reverse. Yep, High Priestess in the reverse. The old switcheroo. Okay, the old switcheroo. So yeah, again, this person did not listen to their intuition. Okay, they did not listen to their own emotions. Okay, and they were wrong. They were definitely wrong. They were confused as well. Definitely confused. Yeah, and another thing I'm getting from this card is that I'm feeling like the other woman, this Empress in the reverse, now she's coming out as a High Priestess in the reverse. She practices some kind of magic where it's kind of like a destiny swap, where like she kind of swapped places with you, kind of, to confuse the person. Okay? We got Queen of Wands. Okay, so this person knows now who you are. They see you clearly now. They miss you. They see you as the Queen of Wands. Okay, someone who's capable, someone who is brave, bold, outgoing, sexy, vibrant, you know, all that in a bag of chips. That's how they see you now. Fierce warrior. Yep. And then Knight of Cups. Okay, this person wishes that they could come back to you. They wish that they can come back and ask you out on a date, you know, but they can't do that. Obviously not, because they're trapped with this other woman, right? So yeah, they feel like they made the wrong choice for sure. They definitely made the wrong choice. They went after an Empress in the reverse, and they left behind a Queen of Wands, a beautiful, fierce, mighty goddess. Okay, capable, very capable. Okay, please clarify this whip card for us when it comes to what do they regret about you. We got the Ace of Wands. Let me just check to see if that's upright or reverse. reverse. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so again, not happy. Okay, confusion. With the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Lack of passion as well. Lack of passion, lack of attraction in that connection. Okay, if you take a look at this picture, we see a mother and her child here. Okay, when it's in the reverse, I just feel like there's no attraction between them. Okay, possibly they're only together for the child, for the sake of the child. Page of Swords in the reverse. There's a lot of arguments between them. Okay, a lot of arguments, a lot of lies, a lot of spying. They don't trust each other. Okay. Please give us more clarification for this whip card. What does this whip card represent in this reading for pile 3? What does this whip card represent in this reading for pile 3? Okay. This is 7 of Wands in the reverse. So things are extremely challenging for them, and they're finding it hard to keep up. They're finding it hard to fight the battle. Okay, and this person, it's like they're in a situation where it's like they can't stand up for themselves. Like they can't fight back. I just feel like this woman, whoever they're with, she is a bully. I feel like she gets physical, and she thinks that, oh, he can't touch me back, he can't put his hands on me, and that could be the case, especially if she's pregnant. Who's gonna hit a pregnant woman? You know, no matter how much she hits him, she feels like he can't hit me back, you know? So this person feels defenseless. They can't stand up for themselves. They can't fight back. And things are really hard for them. The Chariot in the reverse, yes. Chariot in the reverse can talk about being forced or coerced. Okay, so this person's being forced, coerced to basically stay stuck in the position where they're at right now. They can't move forward. Okay, this woman, whoever they're with, she's a bully. And look, 2 of Cups. Okay, they're not happy in the connection. These two people are not meant to be together, but they're sticking it out because why? Because they're being forced to. By this woman, and possibly her family and friends are bullying this person into being in this relationship with her. Why? Because possibly there is some kind of child there, and it may not even be his child. I think maybe she's pretending that it's his child, but it might not even be. You know, but this poor guy has to like stick it out there because why? Because she's pregnant and he doesn't want to look like the asshole. You know, and possibly he's being threatened as well by other people, you know? All right, so let's take a look at this deck and see what this deck has to say about what they regret about you. True Gem is at the bottom of the deck. All right, so Spirit, when it comes to what do they regret? Oh my God, it wanted to come out, so it came out. Yeah, this person didn't value you. They didn't see your true qualities. They didn't see basically your true beauty. And that's because this other woman here, she put a veil over their eyes, okay? Some kind of magical veil. She used magic, basically. Manipulation, okay? She used magic, aka or manipulation, whatever you want to call it. Some people don't believe in magic or whatever. It's fine. But it does exist, okay? But yeah, that's what she used to kind of manipulate this person's mind. So it's like they weren't seeing you. And they also were not being themselves in that connection when they were with you, okay? Please tell us more about what do they regret about pile 3. What do they regret about pile 3? Yeah, like, dating, whining, dining, romance. Okay, so this person regrets that they didn't take you out on a lot of dates. Okay, they regret the way that they spent their time and energy in this connection. Okay, instead of spending it on you to take you out, to wine and dine you, to be romantic with you, they took all that time, energy, and money and spent it with this other woman here who's now bullying them. That's what they regret. That they didn't wine and dine you enough. Yep. Instead, they wined and dined the other woman, because we did see the Knight of Pentacles, sorry, the Knight of Cups come out in the reverse. The Knight of Cups is a romantic guy. Okay. He's a ladies' man. So he's the one that's going to lay on the charm, and he's going to ask this lady out on a date, take her out, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, the person that he was asking out on dates and taking out is an Empress in the reverse. Okay? She's nothing compared to a real Empress. Career, business, success, advancement. So oftentimes this card does represent business, success, advancement. But what I see here is that this person kept secrets, okay? This person definitely kept secrets. Like, for instance, they would say, oh, yeah, I'm going to work, or I'm working late. When in actuality, they're not doing that. They're out on a date with the other woman. They kept a lot of secrets, okay? And also, perhaps their career suffered as well. Possibly their career suffered as well, okay? And look, it says true love in the reverse, pure love, honest connection. So they regret not being honest with you in this connection, and they regret not being pure and true in their connection with you. Like, they weren't, again, they were not transparent. Okay, they didn't show you enough love. They didn't give you enough love, and they didn't tell you. Like, you know, people have different love languages. So some love languages are words of affirmation, which is like, you know, people just tell them, oh baby, I love you, you know. They didn't do none of that. They didn't show their love. They didn't give you enough love, and that's something that they really regret. They regret not being honest with you. They regret concealing things from you. Okay, definitely concealing things from you, concealing how they truly felt. And they were not honest. They were dishonest. They kept secrets. They lied to you. They told you that they were going out to work, or that they were going out with friends, when in actuality they were having a sneaky link. Okay? All right, so let's get into some clarification here. So please clarify this true gem card for us. When it comes to what do they regret about pile 3, what does this true gem card represent? This one looks like it wanted to come out. 10 of Swords. Yep. 10 of Swords. This person, like, they've hit rock bottom. We've got Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this person wants to hear from you. They want to hear from you, and or they want to speak from you. Speak to you, sorry. And if they do hear from you or speak to you again, that would make them truly happy. But wherever they are right now, they're not happy. Okay, they're confused. I'm hearing disappointed. Okay, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. They're facing karma. They're undergoing karma, and this is not what they expected. Okay, like I said, I feel like this Empress in the reverse lied to them a lot. She lied, definitely lied to trap them. Yep. Speaking of lies, we got the 5 of Swords. Okay, this is definitely lies. Somebody lying, somebody being a wolf in sheep's clothing, somebody not showing their true hand. Okay, and this is a very immature person as well. This is someone who will do anything to win. So I'm sensing that this is the energy of the other woman. She never really loved this other person. She just wanted him just so that she can have him. Like, some females out there, they'll say things like, bitch, I'll take your man, even though they don't really want the man himself. They just want to take the man and sleep with him and do whatever, just so they can, like, get on the girl's nerves or whatever. And I feel like this is the energy of that other woman. Like, she never really wanted him. She never really loved him. She just wanted to take him away from you. She just wanted to cause conflict in your connection so that this person could walk away from you. But there was no love there, okay? And she lied to this person to get him, okay? So yeah, this person's realizing now that, you know, this woman here, she was counterfeit, okay? It's almost like this person had a choice between two pieces of jewelry. They had a choice between two pieces of jewelry, and they chose the fake one. They chose the cubic zirconian and they left the diamond. It's like that. That's how they feel. Okay? Please clarify the dating card in the reverse. What does this card represent when it comes to what do they regret about pile 3? What does this card represent? It says whining, dining, and romance. This is Knight of Swords in the reverse, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yep. Yeah, so this person is in a very loveless connection. Okay, they feel lonely, lost, abandoned without you. They may also be struggling financially as well, because we did see the work card or the career card come up in the reverse. So if they're facing karma, there's a very good chance that they may have, you know, maybe lost their job or something, right? But they may be struggling financially. They may be in need of some help, some support. And they're not getting it where they're at, because she's a Queen of Cups in the reverse. She's not nurturing. She's not loving. She doesn't love unconditionally. There's conditions to her love. It's interesting. I've never seen this before. But usually the Queen of Cups, she holds out the cup of love, right? This one, she's holding out the cup of love, but she also has her hand like this, right? So it's like, yeah, I'll give you my love, but yeah, you got to give me something else. So her love is based on conditions here. I feel like this person spends a lot of money on her, okay? And that's probably another reason why they're broke, because she's codependent. She probably doesn't work herself, being an Empress in the reverse, okay? And yeah, there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of confusion in that connection. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Swords. Okay, this person wants to leave. He wants to cut himself off. He wants to do the right thing and just leave from this loveless, abusive connection that he's stuck in. And look, 3 of Cups in the reverse. It's not working out. It's not working out between them. They do not get along. So he wants to cut it off. He wants to do the right thing and just cut it off. Okay? Yep, and also with the 3 of Cups in the reverse, that's also what ended your connection between this person. Like, they were definitely dating this other person. Okay? And they made the wrong choice, for sure. Okay? Anything else for this dating card in the reverse? Okay, nothing else for now, so let's move on. One more time. All right. Bottom of the deck is ignoring. You may be ignoring this person. Okay, they may be trying to talk to you or whatever, and you may be ignoring them. Okay. So, Spirit, please show us with these cards. What do they regret about pile 3? Moving on. Thank you, next. They definitely regret moving on from you. They definitely regret. We see 3 people on a bicycle here. 3 people on 3 different bicycles, right? But yeah, the 3 is a symbol of a third party. They left you for a third party. And they did it, the way that they did it, it seems to be that like they did it so cold. They possibly did it in a cold way, like thank you, next, like, you know, like carelessly, okay? Almost like you didn't mean anything to them, you know, because they thought so strongly that this other person, this Empress in the reverse, they thought so strongly that she was better than you. But it turns out not. No, she was the counterfeit. She was not the real thing. She was the fake thing. She was the one that doesn't have any value. Okay? That's what they regret. They regret moving on from you in such a cold way. And you know, they moved on to this fake ass person. They thought that she was the real thing. They thought that she was the, what do you call it? Oh God, it slipped my mind. So please let us know, Spirit, what else does this person regret? Look, shine. It says your light irritates their demons. And I feel like by their demons, I feel like they're talking about this other woman here. I feel like this other woman knew you. Okay, maybe she could have been like a co-worker. I don't know, but I feel like she knew you and she had some kind of vendetta against you. And she just wanted to take your man just to hurt you. That's it. Because she didn't like your shine. Maybe you knew her from church if you went to church, you know, something like that. But she just didn't like you, this other woman. It's not about her wanting the man. She just didn't want the man to be with you. Running. Okay, so this person regrets running away from you. And boss daddy. Yep. Stable, rich business owner, CEO, big dick energy. So this is how this other woman saw him as well. She saw him as, you know, a big old dollar sign. Someone who's gullible and naive enough to leave his relationship and go and support her. So what does she do? I feel like she told this person that she's pregnant. She's like, yeah. He's gonna believe it, and he's gonna pay child support, and he's gonna do whatever I tell him because he's gullible like that, and he's got some money to him. So he's a perfect victim. Please give us more information as to what do they regret about pile 3. What does this person regret about pile 3? All right, so yeah. They left you for someone who, at the time, they thought that they hit the jackpot with this person. Okay? They thought that that they were going into something good. Okay? Possibly, if your person had money, they thought that they were moving on with somebody else who has just as much money as them, if not even more. But it turns out, no. No. She's a brokey. Okay? And look, child services. Wow. Kids at risk of being taken or is about to. Reporting something. Neglect, abuse. Look at that. She's not even a good mother. This is the epitome of an Empress in the reverse. She's not a good mother. She has kids, but she's neglectful of them, doesn't take care of them because she doesn't have a nurturing bone in her body. And like I said, she doesn't know how to love unconditionally. Even with her kids, she has conditions on how to love them, you know? So yeah, definitely that's who he left you for. And so there's a strong possibility that this child that she's so-called pregnant with, if it's his, there's a strong possibility that that child's going to get taken away. She might be threatening to take the child away from him or something like that. Who knows? But he's got to watch that because she's not a good mother. Look, bad karma. Exactly. This is exactly what this person's going through. Bad karma. Yep, for what they did to you, they are going through bad karma. And bankrupt, you see? They might have lost their job, and on top of that, she's taking all their money too and spending it, right? So I just want to clarify this card here, the child services card, okay? So Spirit, please clarify this child services card. It says kids at risk of being taken. Okay, that's too many, sorry. It says kids at risk of being taken or is about to. Reporting something. Neglect or abuse. Please clarify what this card means in this reading for us. How is child services involved here? How is child services involved in this reading? Ace of Swords. Yeah, King of Wands. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, she lied. She lied. I feel like she's lying when she says that he's the father. I feel like she's lying when she says that he's the father. And like I said, he was like the perfect target for her because he's gullible. I feel like she has him there taking care of her other kids too. Because look how many kids this person has. This man all by himself. 3 kids. And they're all hanging on to him. Okay, so this person is like, they're under a lot of stress. They left you to go be with this woman and take care of all of her other kids. And she's even lying and saying that she's pregnant with his kid right now. And that is not even the truth. And she doesn't take care of her kids. She does not take care of her kids. She has this man doing it. I feel like she leaves him in the house, doesn't tell him where she's going, doesn't tell him how long she's going to be out for, but he's in there with her kids and he has to take care of them. He's just put into this role of being a single father. So he actually might be the one who wants to report her. Okay? For neglecting her children. Okay, and then we've got the 9 of Wands. Okay, this person, as you can see, their body language, they're extremely sad. They're alone. They're feeling, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. I don't have it in me to keep on going with this. So yeah, I feel like this person here, like this masculine here, I feel like he's the one who is thinking of calling child services on this woman because she's highly neglectful. He's probably considering it because he's like, okay, you know what? That's the only how, like, I can get her, you know, that's the only how I can get out of this thing, is if child services comes and, you know, takes away her kid. But that's not really hurting her. That's going to be hurting the kids, unfortunately. But yeah, she's just a terrible, terrible mother. Okay, she doesn't take care of her kids. She leaves her kids for this man who's not even their father to take care of. And look, we got the Queen of Pentacles, and look at that. Look how many kids she has. Look how many kids she has. Okay, this reminds me of the old woman who lives in the shoe, had so many kids she doesn't know what to do. Okay, this is a codependent, needy woman, has a bunch of kids. Okay, we've got the King of Swords. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is considering walking away and letting go. Okay, they're considering walking away and letting go. Okay, but when I see this card here, it's like they want somebody else to come in and like do it for them. Okay, I feel like they want somebody else to come in and do it for them. But yeah, they're thinking of calling, reporting, because she's a bad mother. She doesn't support her kids. She doesn't provide for them. She doesn't nurture them. She doesn't love them. So I think he may be the one who's considering it. Knight of Wands in the reverse. And Page of Cups in the reverse. I don't know if with these 2 cards I'm just getting a sense of CA. If you guys know what that means. Child abuse. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. Some people may not know. But yeah. Not that he's abusing the children. I don't think that he is. I think she is. I think she's the neglectful mother, and she just dumped her kids onto this man, and she's like commanding him, oh, take care of my kids. You know, I can't do it myself. I'm pregnant. Da 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 da. And they're living in poverty right now, the both of them. You know, she's depending on him to provide for her, you know, because obviously she can't do it herself. Okay, she's the queen of... Right, so he's sitting there, you know, supporting this woman with her children, with her many children, so many children she doesn't know what to do. And, you know, he just feels stuck. He's like, how can I get out of this situation? Meanwhile, he's still sitting there. He's watching you. I feel like this person's watching you on social media, very curious about you. And he's just kind of plotting and planning the day on when he can leave this woman. Okay, I feel like he's planning on doing it soon. But again, we see how death is like pulling this man. it's like he wants someone else to come in and do it for him. So I feel like he's the one who is very much contemplating calling child services on her, you know, just to get her to, I don't know, just stop using him and just, I don't know what change he's expecting, because the more I think of it is the more I see that it's not gonna hurt her, it's gonna hurt the kids. And that's not his intention. What he wants to do is he wants her to change focus, like focus on getting your kids back instead of focusing on him, right? That kind of thing. Yeah, so yeah, they're in a really, really bad situation right now, pile 3. They're with like some kind of empress in the reverse. She has other kids by other men, and she's desperate, she's codependent, she's needy. She saw your person as like a dollar sign, someone that's gullible, someone that's kind enough, someone who has a kind heart, that, you know, was willing to help her. And so she milked it, and now she has him. Not only is he taking care of her kids with other men that she has there in the house, but he's also trying to help her with the kid that he thinks is his. Okay? And she's just very much taking advantage of him, and he feels like he's living in hell. He feels like he made the wrong decision, the worst decision of his life. And he's plotting on different ways on how he can possibly get out of that situation. So yeah, that's very much what he's regretting. Now I'm going to use this deck here to find out who this person is. Okay, I feel like we have a strong sense of who this person is, but this is for confirmation as well as clarification. Okay, so Spirit, with these cards, please let us know who's having these regrets about pile 3. Who's this reading about who's having these regrets about pile 3? New love in the reverse. New person, unknown person. But it's in the reverse. So this is saying that this is someone that you do know. It's not a new love. It's an old love. Okay? Someone that you know very well. And this person, the reason why I feel this card came out is because they want a new love with you. They want a new connection with you. But with it coming out in the reverse, it's like they don't know if they have that chance. They don't know if that's even a possibility that they can come back to you and restart the connection. Look, passion in the reverse is at the bottom of the deck, as well as children. Look at that. Yep. So yeah, this person regrets this new connection that they're in. There's no passion, there's no love, and there's a bunch of kids that's not even theirs, and they're just forced to help out with those kids, and it's a huge burden on them. And they wish that they never got themselves into that position. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to leave the reading here for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't hesitate to give the video a like. Please also comment to let me know if you liked it, what you liked about it, etc. Pile 3, I would definitely love to have you back here to join me for more of my upcoming readings. And the only way to do that is if you have subscribed. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And when you do so, please hit the bell notification and select all so that you'll be notified each time I post a new reading. That way you won't miss one. And you can always join me here again, because that's what I want. I would love that, pile 3. Okay? So I hope to see you again when I post another reading, pile 3. In the meantime, please have yourselves a very blessed and beautiful day. And of course, Namaste.